Yeah, that's cool.
Are we
I'm
gonna-
so like eager to know
Yeah.
your whole background and everything.
Me?
Because one thing about me,
Yeah.
I love to travel. Like I love to meet people,
Nice.
like learn about cultures.
Mhm.
It's like because where I come from, you're supposed to be stuck. You know,
Where are you from?
I'm from New Zealand,
North or the south?
South. Have you been before?
No. But it's the most common question, right? You get.
Yeah, yeah. I'm from like the low economic
Brother, we have a lot
place,
to talk
you know?
about. Don't worry. Like
Yeah.
that. This.
We'll get into it. Yeah. But that's New Zealand standard, you know?
Brother,
Yeah.
I'm from the place. Okay, so you know.
Where you from though?
I'll tell you where I'm from. Have you seen Michael Jackson's song "Man in the Mirror"?
Yeah.
And have you seen footage of
I haven't
those?
seen it for a long time though.
You know, so back in the 80s, there was. Are we on?
Now we're on.
Okay, back in the 80s, there was a big famine,
Yeah.
and I think it was about 84 or 82 to like 86 or something like that. I'm not sure, like
Yeah.
you know, in terms of years.
Uh-huh.
But I'm from. So in Michael Jackson's song "Man in the Mirror," there was footage of people that were like starving.
That's where you're from?
That's where I'm from.
Oh, see. We got nothing on that.
That's where.
What's the
I'm
country?
Ethiopia.
Oh,
So
damn.
it's very technical. So in the last 2 years we had a civil war.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the state I'm from is called Tigray, which is up north,
Nice.
and we had a civil war with the central government. So it's sort
Back
of,
then? Or no, you said
right,
recent.
in the last
Recent.
2 years, like you know,
Yeah.
it's so that's where I'm
That's
from.
cool,
so
brother.
it's sort of not Ethiopia anymore.
Yeah.
If you were
Changed
if you
now.
were to ask my parents where I'm from,
It's not the same.
they'd
Yeah?
say they're from the state. But 2 years ago, they'd say Ethiopia, which is
Ethiopia, yeah.
kind of known around the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My brother, he's from there.
No, yeah?
I mean, I used to work with him, but during COVID, he didn't like it. He said, I'm going back.
Your brother.
No, like, work brother.
like your-
brother from
your
another.
boy,
Yeah,
yeah.
his name's Alex.
Ah,
yeah,
yeah.
shout out to Alex.
Alex.
Yeah, he's from there. He used to tell me all about it. Like spicy meat, raw, I think raw? I don't know.
Yeah.
It is, yeah?
Yeah.
He used to tell me all about it. I said, brother, me and you, we're going to go back together. You show me around. And he goes, I'll take you, brother. I'll take you.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's-
Oh, shit, I got to turn. I should plug these things in. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So have you been back recent?
2018.
Oh, just before COVID?
Yes. I went back on my own. I've been back a couple times. I went back on my own 2018 though. That was the most recent time.
Oh, 2018. So you're due to go back, eh?
There's nothing there for me, man, except for family.
Yeah.
I have zero interest, you know, like
Real?
yeah, man. Like
Oh.
I have to be real about it. Like you know,
Yeah.
I have no fucking interest to go back unless it's to see my family.
Yeah. Are you religious? Because it's like a pretty religious place, isn't it?
Like
Like,
I'm not a practicing religious person, but of course, like I
but you
believe.
got the background and yeah.
Of course, I'm a believer, yes, but then
Because it's quite significant, that area, yeah.
what,
I'm just
Ethiopia?
going off. Yeah.
Yeah, historically, so
Historically, yeah.
the way Islam entered Africa was
Through there.
Ethiopia, yeah. And in terms of Christianity, the Orthodox Church there has been around for a very long time. So, it's sort of it's an ancient civilization, you know.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
And in terms of monotheistic religions as well, it's very prominent. It's a prominent figure. So,
Isn't it like the only place that has the Book of Enoch too?
bruh,
I don't know, bro.
I don't know.
I'm hoping you can help me.
the Book of Enoch, or I think there's some other book called the Kebra Nagast. I don't know what that's about, but it's there's some sort of relic there, like there's like
Yeah.
Christian relics there. I think
Yeah.
ancient Christian relics.
That's why I asked. if you're
supposedly,
religious.
you know, supposedly.
Yeah.
Look, so it's very mythical, you know, Ethiopia, but it does have an ancient civilization.
Ties to it, eh?
Yeah, I mean, our bloodlines are Semitic. We are African Semitic. So we have like, if you look at the map right there, right? Just imagine, you see how Saudi Arabia, Yemen,
It's like I
Up
don't want to get it.
to the east. You see what the yep. A little lower. Yep, right there. That's Ethiopia, yeah. But you see how the map is like imagine that was just stuck together, right?
Like this part, yeah.
Yes, and that part essentially
'Cause it
is,
looks like it was, eh? Once upon a
It
time.
was.
Yeah.
that part essentially is where the biggest three monotheistic religions stem from. Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. From that region, yeah. So our blood is from there.
Direct.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So when did you move here? You're born. I'm assuming you were born there.
I was born in Sudan, neighboring country.
Sudan. Yeah.
Look, man, Africa is fucked up. It's beautiful, but
that's cool because we want to know. You know,
so much
from
civil
your
wars.
perspective. Civil wars. Yeah.
Yeah,
what do you think drives that?
Greed, money, power. Come on, man.
Yeah.
It's common sense.
You said it.
Huh?
You said it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, I did. Like it's corrupt as fuck. You know what I mean? Excuse my French. Am I allowed to swear?
You can say whatever you want.
Okay. I'll apologize.
It's free.
To whoever's watching this. I'm very abrasive.
Yeah,
You know,
this could be your kids and grandkids.
I'm from the street. You don't worry.
That's it. This is real. This is real.
You know, so. I grew up in Sudan because there was a civil war in just after that famine I was telling you about earlier.
In the 80s, huh?
Yes, there was a civil war, and my parents were survivors of that famine.
Oh,
yes, and they fled to Sudan, and then that's where I was conceived in 1990. So, and my brother as well, and my sister was born here. So,
wow,
I was born in Sudan.
So, how many siblings do you have?
3.
So younger brother and younger sister, yeah?
Older brother,
older
younger
brother.
sister, and another older brother from a different father.
Yeah. Still family.
Family.
Yeah. Damn. So, how old were you when you came here?
2.
2?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So I spent, I'm 33 in about 6 months, so about 30 years here, man. 31 years almost.
So you would have, this would have been a lot of what you know, yeah?
It's
this side. But then in your own household, it's a different country.
Yes, yeah. You're exactly right, you know? Not even household, so immediate, growing up, right? Of course, you know, you realize you're different when you go to school.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
You get called all types of shit.
Yeah.
And you get sort of secluded a little bit. So you realize you're different, but growing up, you're not so aware of, how do you say, the outer world. You just see your immediate community. Yeah. You know?
Yeah,
so
I get you.
It sort of becomes normal for you to just go to school and just be there amongst everyone else and then go home and then you find your identity within your community group.
Yeah,
you know, which would be your cousins and X, Y, and Z and
family friends.
Yeah. So, I did grow up here. I do identify as okay.
It's hard.
Can I even say Australian? Not really, you know?
You can if you want.
I mean, but if I can be honest about it, you know? If I can really be honest about it, you know? I just feel like a citizen of the earth, you know?
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm Australian. You know, my accent may be Australian. My experiences growing up in this country may be
heavily influenced
Australian experience of seeing the world to a degree.
But not only.
Nah, man, because look,
yeah.
I don't want to pull out the racism card, right? But this is an exceptionally racist country.
Yeah.
Exceptionally racist.
I remember when I first came here when I was 14, I was scared to hop out of the car because I wasn't used to so many people of different skin, you know?
Yeah.
But I was young, I didn't, because it just, maybe I got anxiety or something. I was like, this is not, I'm not used to it because where I'm from, there's a lot of islanders and Maoris. We're a little bit darker, you know?
Yeah.
But now, obviously, I'm like you. We're all part of this earth, you know?
You know? So, even, if I can sit here and say, look, I got no fucking interest of going back to my country besides seeing my family, then...
Because you identify as a planet, so you can say that for any country.
The earth's my turf, baby. And I say that in the most humble way.
The earth's my turf.
You know, in the most humble way. Because I know I'm just a dot in the cosmos, brother. You know what I mean? But
not even a speck.
Not even a
speck of a speck.
So, yeah.
But this is important to see it through your perspective, you know? Through your experiences.
My brother may say different.
Yeah.
My
Everyone's
sister,
different.
My father, my friends.
But
again, you know, limiting is sort of something that I try to be aware of. Because if I also say I'm Australian, then at any moment they can just say, "No, you're not, brother." So when,
But that's
you know what I mean?
that's for you, I think.
But also, but when I go back to my country, you're not from here.
That's another thing
No, I
that
know,
I was
no,
thinking.
no.
Yeah.
They say it to you.
He's
like
trying
this.
to be Ethiopian or from the state.
African people, I love my people.
When they know
they
that
don't hold back.
Yeah.
Nah, brother.
Yeah, no, you didn't earn this.
Exactly. So
Hey,
it's like, oh, fuck it.
then they're like limbo, like
Well, I suppose we.
Earth is your turf.
Yeah, but we also have a license to sort of dictate how we identify, and yeah.
No, I'm just checking that level. I don't even know who's who. Is that me? Oh, yeah, that's you.
Oh shit.
Me.
Okay.
Just a mic check. All good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, see? So that's a tricky one there. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Where would you like to travel to?
Our dream country?
Yeah.
Dream? Oh,
like
man.
all expenses paid.
Cuba.
You're a Cuba kind of guy, eh?
Yeah.
So you obviously haven't been to Cuba.
I haven't been. It's I've googled it. It's about 20K. Like,
to get there.
Nah, I mean to get there
and do what you need to do.
Yeah, and to be comfy,
Yeah.
Not backpacking.
Mm.
Not bunk with people you don't know and shit.
I don't know if you want to backpack in Cuba. Might be rough.
It's rough,
Yeah.
I mean, financially, I don't think it's that great. I've looked at it. It's not that great because I don't think they have, a lot of support by the outside world.
Yeah.
But
so resources scarce.
Very scarce. So me going there as a guest, I'd have to, I'd want to even just go and drop something there.
Yeah.
Make
show some appreciation.
Yes, and also they welcome you a little better.
yeah, of course, everyone does it.
Yeah, so Cuba, I'd go to Cuba.
That's cool, Cuba. I want to go to Cuba. People, I know people that have checked it out. Looks alright. Have to see it for ourselves.
Where would you go?
Man, right now I want to go to Machu Picchu, so Peru. Yeah, South America.
Beautiful.
Have you traveled much? This is a selfish question.
Not so much. I've been back home a few times. I've traveled on my own. I've been to Papua New Guinea when I was in high school.
Yeah.
With my my class. Cause that's actually kind of funny. Like it's weird. So we got sponsored. We did a collaboration with the Victorian Police and like local like businesses to send at-risk youths to Papua New Guinea to sort of bridge gaps between relations, from...
It wasn't like a scared factor?
Well, not really, because, like, funny enough, like, the neighborhood I grew up in was Flemington, so housing...
Oh, you grew up in Flemington?
Yes, so, like, so Flemington, Kensington area.
That area?
I'm from there.
I lived in Maribyrnong for 4 years. So,
whereabouts? Near the river?
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
Edgewater.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
you were chilling.
Can't afford to buy an Edgewater. We just rented an apartment.
It might be cheaper now because the floods. We don't know. Remember how?
Oh yeah. I saw that recent. Yeah, they flooded all the way up.
Fuck, poor guys.
Yeah, but I love Flemington. I love going there for food.
Beautiful.
Food is beautiful here.
Yeah, so I grew up there. So what happened was, the Victorian Police and I think local businesses and local community organizations came together and they raised funding to take at-risk youths to Papua New Guinea to sort of...
How many kids?
Bridge, about six guys, 6 girls, roughly.
Oh,
but the funny thing is, they took us, right?
Yeah.
Like, so they came to my school, which so at the time there was that tension between the Victorian Police and... the guys in the neighborhood, because police
like brutality.
Yes, like for real. Like, okay, so I'll tell you one thing to add to that, right? I think about 6 guys that we all grew up with, same high school, everything. They just kept getting harassed by some police officers, right? So they ended up having, I think one guy got hurt. They had a fight or something like that, and 6 guys came together and they sued the police and they got a whole bunch of money for it. So there was some sort of tension anyways between the people of the neighborhood and the police. So to bridge that...
Are you saying it was like a PR move?
Yes, like to a degree. But
to a degree,
this is what's funny. This is what's funny. they came to my school, right? Which a lot of the guys were actually students,
Yeah.
And they came to my year level, right? We were like my year level. So my school doesn't
Lower?
exist anymore.
Like younger?
Yes.
Yeah.
My school doesn't exist anymore. It was called Debney Park Secondary College. Now it's called Mac. But at the time they came to my year level, they got the wrong bunch of people. They took the wrong guys to the thing because the guys.
What do you mean?
The guys that they actually had tension with didn't want to participate.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So they came and then we looked.
And you were just there.
We were like, hey, like, yo, exactly.
Yeah.
So
I'll go.
Yeah, pretty much. And we ended
Free
up going.
holiday?
Pretty much. But it was tough. We walked 9 days in the Kokoda track.
Oh.
And I think that program's still going today. So how it actually originated is because of those reasons. But they took us. We were.
So really, you weren't even supposed to go.
Not really, but like the guys in the neighborhood, like we grew up with, like we know thoroughly. Like we walk down the street. And,
you represent them.
I represent me, but like
I'm saying from them.
I understand, but I think they just want to take anyone.
Yeah.
Because if they really wanted,
the part,
you know what I mean? Sorry, but if they really wanted to, if they
Bridge
really,
the gap,
you know what I mean? They don't go and find the guys who they actually have problems with, knock on the door.
So it's like a hidden agenda.
You know what I mean, brother? So.
Unravel.
Yes, so that was one of the times I went overseas. Lucky enough, just went with my classmates who were just my buddies. Like all of us.
Did you have fun though, or was
9
it pretty
days
hard?
walking in the jungle. It's tough, man. It was tough.
Especially for like.
We're like 16 at the time too. So.
That's more for like when you get older and you enjoy the difficult hikes,
Yeah.
Not for when you're young.
The good thing is that when we were all like kind of fit already. So it wasn't as tough for us as
when you get a bit older.
For the girls, it was a little more tough, but for us, it was rough and tumble was our thing.
Good experience for you. Huh?
It was fun. That was one of the times I went overseas.
Nice.
Another time I went to America.
So you've done the Kokoda
track, yes.
Track, yeah.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah. It was beautiful. Funny enough, Papua New Guinea has a lot of like
similarities
and like
the bush,
like infrastructure wise to Africa.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you mean?
I mean, so we landed at the airport, right? And we get out, and I think the local government in PNG in Mosby, they were involved somehow. So we got this big celebration. It was weird.
Oh yeah.
We just get like, all right, like people just
you're like guests, though.
And
nice.
We as soon as we get out of the airport, we go to some I think some politician's office or something and
take some photos.
Yeah, pretty much. And the media were there and
everyone's capitalizing off it, eh?
Pretty much,
You
and
guys
then
are just like show ponies, eh?
Yes, we went to exactly. We went to this hotel which is like 5-star, bro.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
At least you get 5-star and a holiday.
Yeah, but we look at our window and the infrastructure. It reminded me of going to Ethiopia when I was 14. I went to Ethiopia a couple of years before that.
So it was still fresh in your mind.
Yeah,
the image.
Yes. I looked out and I'm like, wow, like man, like black people, like
it's a global
around
thing,
the world are living in the same circumstances.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was just eye opening for me, because the first time I actually went overseas was when I was 14. Up until then, Ethiopia was just an idea for me. It was off of the memories of my parents who were refugees from another country, so they didn't even know.
And time too.
Yes,
another time
exactly
that probably doesn't exist now. Yeah.
Yes, but at the time they didn't even know what Ethiopia looked like because they were refugees from Ethiopia. They grew up in Sudan.
Who, your parents?
Yes.
Oh,
so does it make sense? So it was like have you seen? Funny enough, what's that? Coming to America?
Yeah. I need to watch it. There's a new one too. Recent one.
Yes.
I haven't seen the recent one.
Yes. So, but that mythical idea of Zamunda, like you know what I mean? That's what for me. That's what it was like growing up until I actually went when I was 14.
And it was different.
Well, look, man, I love my country. I love where I'm from. Yeah.
And the culture.
I love every aspect of it, right? But it's like this. Like, have you seen those like old black and white footage of like just say Australia
Archives.
like archival footage from
Foreigners.
1911 or something.
Yeah, just you want to love it.
You want to love
like,
it, right? But that's what it's like.
You know something better.
Like Shantytown, dust roads and shit. Like where I'm from, up north in Tsegay. Nowadays, it's a little more developed, but there's just been a civil war, so a lot of shit has been like fucked up. Like you know what I mean? But that's what it's essentially like. It's not really developed. It's not a developed city or country. You know what I mean?
Maybe not a place where you want to raise kids.
Depending on how you look at it, right?
Yeah.
Depending on how you look at it, because what they do have over there is a strong sense of culture, and it's
that's good.
Yes, a very strong where there's communal. How do you say, like law, right? Where
strong traditions and values.
Yes, like
those
a strong
good things.
Yes, like how do you say, like my child will be your child and your child will be my child.
Community, raise a village kind of thing.
Pretty much. It takes one village to raise one kid. Yeah. Essentially, is that. But the problem with that also is that there's over 100 million people.
100 million?
Over 100 million people in Ethiopia alone. But in my state, there's about 6 million people, you know?
That's more than Melbourne.
Yeah. So it's beautiful because yes, like there's a strong sense of camaraderie and you know what I mean, and like kinship.
Kinship,
you know what I mean. Yeah,
but that's a nice feeling too.
It's beautiful.
That's a nice feeling.
It's beautiful.
So what's the cons?
There's no resources, man.
Yeah, and that stuffs everything up. And then people that want a little bit more resource, they maybe act or behave different.
I mean, yes. Like if you're aware of it, right? You can like, it's for example, if you were to walk into like just say Ukraine right now, where there's a war, right? You know, you may be like you can smell something's in the air, like you know, like
something
even if you didn't know that there's a war, you just walk. Okay, you know, there's something underlying. You know, so that's the same thing about. You know, going over there, everyone's happy and cheerful and grateful, but there's something. Which is hardship, which is poverty, which is a lack of resources. You know, which is a lack of opportunity, which means there's dire circumstances, which means there's There's something underlying. I don't know what it is.
Don't know what it is.
But there's something. You know what I mean? So that's
corruption, maybe.
Well,
so how do you fix that?
Well, again, I'm definitely not a politician. I got no idea. But
yeah, we don't have the answers, but we can discuss possibilities, ideas. You know,
I mean,
explore them.
Okay. So, like speaking with my elders, you know, it's very annoying to me how they sort of put the emphasis on my generation
that screwed it up.
Well, they want us to go to work here.
Oh, okay.
Get qualifications in X, Y, and Z, get our wealth,
and stay there,
and take our wealth back there and build it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, nah, fuck that. Nah, fuck that. Like, I think it's great as a sense of like, how do you say, like, a opportunity to be virtuous, right?
Like patriotic.
Yeah, you know. But I mean, let's be real. It's not easy to live here either.
Yeah.
You know, and it's really not. It's really not easy to live here
because we're conditioned. You know,
I mean, I don't know.
I think it's a conditioning. Once you get to, you condition to your environment, and so you know what you could be. Yeah, but then other people will view you and probably look at you like you're already there. You know, maybe.
See, look, I don't know, but I just. One thing I do know is that it's not easy, in terms of like finances to live, to establish yourself here. Yeah.
But see, that's subjective because your easy might be different to someone's easy. I'm
only talking from
around Central Africa.
I'm only talking from my point of view.
Exactly.
Yeah. So being here, but the expectation is what I'm referring to. So my elders want us or expect us.
Yeah. See, from them.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah, from their perspective.
Well, it's like, why didn't you do it then?
Yeah.
Oh no, but we did. We keep sending money back. Nah, fuck that.
Yeah.
You have to live. Look, I mean, you have to live where you're at. This is what I believe.
Or maybe they might say, we helped you get there, you know? Maybe. I don't know. So my phone, your phone? Need to take it?
My phone's it's gone.
Do you need to charge?
No, probably better off to like,
Whose phone was it?
I don't know, dude.
Oh, maybe it's my brother's. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is cool. We're getting somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, so, what was I saying?
Like the older generation.
Yeah. Okay, so how do we fix it? Is the question you asked, I think.
Potentially.
Yeah.
We're just, exploring.
Yeah. I got no idea. I got no idea because if I did have a definitive answer or a variety of answers, I'd
possibilities.
I'd present them to you. But my focus is on myself, and
that's where it should. That's where it should be.
I mean, but
I think that's the answer.
What else can I do? Like,
I think that's the answer there.
Yeah,
because if everyone did themselves first, and then you can help. It's like being on a plane. You're supposed to make sure that you're secure first before you save the next passenger.
Yeah,
that sounds like a
that's beautiful.
Selfish way.
Nah, but
really, if you understood
it's reality. Like
it's reality. Otherwise, you try to help someone else, and then you're both gone.
I mean, you see. So how do we fix? Back home, beats me. To be honest, I haven't even put thought into it. I haven't.
Do you think like religion plays a part?
In what? In fixing?
Solution. Yeah.
I don't know. See, I don't know, right?
I think that's been the go-to in the past, eh?
Yeah, it's beautiful, I guess, but I don't know. Like, if it has, then it'd probably be better right now. But I think maybe something that they could do back home is like generate more wealth, because I think like as much as I do not want to say this, but finances help, like money helps.
More money, more options,
but there's also more money, more greed, but
greed is natural. I always tell people this,
I mean,
especially on this podcast, greed is like a natural thing.
You see, dude, I don't know. Like, I don't know how you fix back home. Like, I really don't know. I mean, but our parents want us to do it.
Do you think
nah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Nah,
man.
Nah, bro.
It's probably not.
Like,
that's not wise.
I mean, like, just say, like, I get married, I have a kid. I'm not married or I don't have a kid, right? But just say I do.
Yeah, hypothetically.
I'm gonna send my money. Nah.
And you got your kid.
That's for me. That's backward.
Future.
That's backward. That's backward for me.
Yeah.
That's completely backward. So
maybe like a more capitalistic,
maybe
a more capitalistic approach. Maybe. Do you think like back in Africa, in Sudan or Ethiopia, are they kind of like a capitalistic society or like a more socialist society, or is it like a mixture, or is it like a new thing?
I can't speak on because I'm not educated enough in
deep in there
in those things, to speak on social.
Yeah,
I'm I'm a guy off the street, layman's terms, bro. Like dead ass, like
Same.
Yeah, I mean, but what I do know is what I see, and what I see there is that there's a lot of young people there. I think a large proportion
with a lot of potential. Eh?
Well, that means they have energy.
Energy can produce,
which means they can work. Which means the problem is that I do see is that there's not enough work for young people.
Then how do you get work?
Well, the people who have money and resources need to develop chances for them or opportunities for them to be employed.
Yeah.
Which means investment, right? Which means you need money or resources to invest. So,
which means you need an incentive to bring people there.
I mean, think about it. Like,
there's a lot of potential there.
Stat-wise, I think like 60% of the country is under 25.
Wow, really?
So that's about 50 more years of labor you can get. Okay, just say 30 years. Just say 30 years of labor. That's so. It's I think investing. So
productive labor too.
yes.
Not just
Well, they're
labor for
young.
nothing.
You know what I mean? Like, I think most young people, if you present, okay, here's the money, come and get it. They're gonna go get it.
Opportunities, yeah.
And you know what I mean?
And not just labor,
anywhere.
but I know a lot of smart people that are there too that you could utilize too. You know,
Man, I tell you. So this is how, like, so people there, like, I remember when I was 14. I remember speaking with just the locals, like my friends. Yeah, they were my age, right? And what they were studying at 14 and what I was studying here is a massive difference. They were doing like year 11 level maths at 14, and I was there like I can teach you English, but that's all.
There's the Australian over there in the corner.
You know what I mean?
He doesn't even know the this formula.
Dead ass, like you know what I mean? So there's definitely intelligence, like you know,
Needs to be harnessed, and utilized.
So I'll tell you the story. One of my friends, his name was Yirga. Remember back in the day, those 128 megabyte MP3 players used to. Yeah, you know, like USB ones. You know, I took that day. I had about 4 songs on it. You know, and I let him borrow it, right? And he became my friend after that. You know, when you're 14, you borrow this, you're my friend now. You know, so one day it broke.
Oh,
like the USB.
Then that's yours that you.
Like,
lent,
I broke it. Yeah, I broke it.
Oh, you
and
broke it?
And I'm sitting there, I'm playing with it. I'm like, fuck, man, you was broke.
Gone.
No, he goes to me, give it to me. I'm like, what do you mean? Nah, man. He goes, give it to me.
Glue it together.
I'll fix it for you tomorrow. I'll bring it back. Motherfucker, he fucking fixed it.
Yeah.
The next morning, knocked on my door. Here's a USB.
Done.
You know what I mean? And I had no idea. Oh, I'm from the West.
Just buy another one.
You know? So, like it's
potential. That's the point.
Yeah.
So much potential. And I know because I've spoken to like many other brothers from like all over.
Yes, sir.
And they all say the same thing, you know? Intelligence, energy, young.
If I could if I could segue into this, right? The reason why I said I wouldn't I'm not in a position to
just give your money away.
Yeah, to do what my elders or expect or want for us to do is because it would be a disservice to not take advantage of the opportunity I have now. And this is not for, you know, the rest of Australians saying you should be lucky to be here, mate. Fuck all that shit. You know what I mean? But this is it's more about, you know, understanding that yes, I am lucky. I'm very lucky, you know. In terms of where my genetic structure comes from, and for me to be here and have the opportunities, and I'm extremely lucky. But this is not, you know. So okay, I'll tell you a story. So when I was 22 years old, I had a heart attack. You know, I had a cardiac arrest.
Real?
Yes.
Damn.
Oh man, I'll show you a photo, but my friend. Yeah. So I had it because I was So when I was in high school,
that's big.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, like, okay, so I had a cardiac arrest and I was on life support for about 3 weeks. Damn. Yeah, and then I survived. I actually got released on my 23rd birthday. You know? Yeah, and I had to like learn how to walk and
start from scratch.
That's it. You know, like I was fucked. I was a vegetable. So I'm lucky in
that sense.
In many ways,
just to be alive. Yeah,
but. What I'm trying to allude to is this, right? So years later, right? I spoke with I think a Anglo-Australian guy. He's like, oh, you know, we had this conversation in the sauna. I was in the sauna and we had this conversation. It's like, oh, aren't you lucky to be here? They got top doctors, everything, mate. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, but it depends how you look at it. Because if I was 22 in my country, I wouldn't have access to drugs. That shit's shunned upon. There's no such thing. It's communal, like law, no such thing. Like marijuana is the most, and even if you smoke marijuana, you're fucked. Like the neighborhood's gonna just disown you, bro.
Oh, even marijuana. Oh yeah,
you know.
Thought that was a healing property.
Well, again, so as you said earlier, it's, you know, very religious orientated and family and community orientated there, right? But see, it depends how you look at it.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
If I was in my country, I wouldn't have developed a cocaine addiction. I wouldn't have developed a class drug addiction. So I tried everything except for heroin and ice. But I was, you know, speed, everything else. So I had a heart attack because of that, right? And also because I had but I had access to these things. I had access to these things in my country. So I looked
and
at
you're
it,
young.
Yeah, you know, and so my work background is from the arts. So growing up, like I was an actor.
Damn.
Yeah, I actually made history in this country, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first.
Oh man.
So me and some guys from my neighborhood wrote and co-produced, and I co-produced, but we co-wrote, and some of us acted in the first African Australian film in this country.
Really?
Yeah, so I was a part of that. Just lucky enough to be
That's cool.
Just a part of that, you know.
Nice.
But that ended up leading to a semi-professional career in acting, and then that.
So was it like fame and like the attention? Did that come?
No, it's it's weird. Like, so I
like
asked
to get
him,
into that world. You know?
I asked
or was
him,
he already in the world?
I asked him So I asked him how I developed a drug problem.
Like in that world.
Okay, so semi.
Yeah, because
Semi,
from
like
the streets.
Yeah, from the like grew up just
with the crew,
being young and with the boys, whatever. And then you go to that world, and it's not far off. They're doing the same shit there. Like, but the difference was this: like, I was young, and I was around people who were already established in life.
So older.
Well, yeah, like so in the acting industry.
Oh, okay.
This is so. I was around people who were in their 30s doing this, but they'd already graduated high school. They already had a home, 2 homes.
Probably had the
They
lessons.
had money. They had, you know what I mean? But and I had no one to sort of protect me in a way, or like but it's not that that's their job. It's not their job, but
it's more like a mentor.
Yes,
they weren't really actively being.
I had mentors. I had them, but again, coming from where I came from, I was so hard-headed. You can't tell me anything, anyways.
Yeah.
You know, so it was just a collision course that just, you know, so like makes sense. So no one can tell me anything because I'm 21. I'm living on my own. I'm
like super. That's the age where
you know what I mean. Some of my friends are from the streets like me, but I go over here and they're doing the same thing. It's just like, whoa. I'm like, whoa, shit. You know what I mean? And also because it's weird. Like
you feel like you've already developed it. 2021. You're like, bro, I'm already an adult. I know it all. Like,
I mean, I was under pressure a little bit. Like I was living with a friend of mine. She let me stay with her. She was she was like one of my high school friends. Super cool. I love her. But at the time, I was writing I think 2 or 3 scripts. I was working as a cleaner, and I was working on my career.
Full on.
Yeah, and I was partying.
And that's where you get busy.
You know what I mean? And I was starting to make waves in
like the industry.
In the industry. And it's like, whoa, it just all hit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And I said, fuck it. Like, let's go. Like, you know what I mean? Let's just go. Whatever happens, And having that attitude, you end up in a cardiac arrest. And I was also born with a cardiovascular condition called Wolff-Parkinson's White syndrome.
What's that like?
So it's essentially this. It's everyone has electrical currents beating through their system. Yeah, I was just born with an irregular amount. So
it's like Super Saiyan.
No, not even, bro.
I'm sorry, bro.
Growing up, I was never like Blanca. Yeah. I was never like the best fighter. Not even close. I was the artist.
But the energy, I'm saying.
Yes.
The energy is, I
mean, to a degree, yes. Maybe, I wasn't the best at sports.
Just
not
haven't
even
harnessed
close.
the energy. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was good at expression. I wasn't good at sports per se. Like I had energy, but for expression.
Yeah.
Most of my friends, 95% of my friends were better athletes across the board than me. I was late. But in terms of performance and expression,
it's on a different plane.
That's where my energy came out.
Nice.
So, yeah. So, when the guy asked me, in the
sauna?
In the sauna, and he's like, aren't you lucky to be here?
Yeah.
I'm like, motherfucker, if I was 22 years old in my country, I would never have a drug problem.
But then you can say that about anything.
Exactly.
You could be.
It's relative, So
relative,
I think to be honest, it was hot in that room, and my mood started to get bad. It's too hot in here, nigga. Like, relax.
Damn. So what was? I have to take it back a bit.
There's a lot there. I know. Sorry, I go fast. I go too fast.
Nah,
I'm
it's good.
sorry.
It's good. All right. So you grew up in Flemington from young?
I grew up in Kensington. I grew up in Kensington,
sorry.
yeah. But I went to high school in Flemington. Yeah. In Demley Park. The school doesn't exist anymore.
Whereabouts is that?
Just off
Kensington.
Mount Alexander Road is the school. Just off of
Okay.
Mount Alexander Road. Yeah.
And what do you remember like growing up? Just the
I grew up in housing estates, man. Kensington housing estates. Yeah, the big towers, yeah.
Those are famous.
You reckon?
Because they stick out, you know?
Yeah, I get you. Flemington ones are pretty prominent. Like,
yeah.
So Kensington was like, again, this is back in the 90s, bro. There was no social media.
It would be way different.
None of this shit, bro.
Yeah.
None of this, like, bro.
You're still pretty close to the city, yeah?
Yeah, very close. I came from the generation where you rollerblading, playing marbles,
yeah, outside
fighting,
parks or something.
You know, yeah, like stealing from the milk bar.
Yeah,
and then going back the same day because your parents gave you money to go buy something from there, and now he knows you stole, and then he waits, and then he waits for your parents to come, and then he tells your parents, and then you go home. So I come from that generation.
That era,
yeah, climbing trees. You know, you see your cousin. Yeah, you see your cousin every 6 months or
just walk
every 3 months, or
you walk to school.
Walk to school. I was walking to school.
To the park. Walk to another school
to
play.
Exactly. I was 5-6 years old walking to school by myself.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not that young.
I remember my fucking lunchbox. It was this red lunchbox. But I remember it. Like that's where I come from. Like literally, like so. Growing up here, right? Because there's a certain disconnect. I'm not sure if you can relate. Being here, being one of the first African Australians, my parents were young, you know, so. My parents didn't really like. They raised us. Okay, here's the food. And then the rest is like you just gotta figure it out. That's how I was raised. You know, I essentially raised myself. Like, just take myself anywhere and figure it out.
Because they're young. They're still trying to figure it out themselves.
Yes. So I come from that era, and in back in Kensington,
that was more acceptable back then. Yeah.
You know, like
can't do that now. I don't think. I don't know.
I wouldn't even know. But back then,
because too many people know, and social media, and you know,
nowadays
information is coming at you all the time, like how you should do things, how you should act, what to do with a child. And, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You could just Google what to do.
Absolutely. There's overstimulation.
Your child is doing something. What do I do?
Yes.
You know, like a plethora of different options.
There's almost
but back then you probably just had a book.
Information.
You just had a plunked book.
Back then, it was a book, or it was passed down interpersonally.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
you know, or you go figure you figure it out.
Or
trial
from
and
the
error.
older siblings.
Yeah,
that's what they did. So teach the lessons to the younger ones.
Pretty much. So in the Kensington housing estates, it was nice, but you know, you don't realize you're poor when. You know?
Yeah. That's just normal.
When you're a kid, it's normal.
Normal is normal.
Yeah. But the older you get, like, God damn, like, shit. I was a fucking feral kid, man.
When you look back now.
Yeah, I was pretty feral, man.
Like you look at the photos and you remember.
Like, God damn. Like, okay, you swag that a little bit. Every party you dress up nice, but
back then.
Monday to Friday. Hey, Vegemite toast, bro.
Yeah.
You know, 2-minute noodles, man.
I reckon there's like a lot of people.
Yeah.
Most people like that. Eh?
No, I loved it. You know, like, again, when you're a kid, you don't realize reality, like you know, or a certain perception of reality.
You're in the moment too. You know?
Yes.
You're not comparing.
Not even at all.
You're just there.
Well, I mean, yeah, you do get a little jealous when he got Nikes and you're wearing fucking Dunlop volleys. Okay, motherfucker.
Hey, I like Dunlops, man.
Yeah, so do I. They go off. But besides those small petty things, it was just a exploration. Everything was just imagination and exploration. It was fun, and you just never like. So, in my housing estate area, the drugs was prominent. You know, so not from us, of course not, but from the people. We would see people shooting up on heroin. Passed out. You walk by them when you go to school, and you know them. Like, you know, 2 weeks before, 2 days, they say, "Hey, go to the milk bar, get me a big M, and here, buy yourself a lolly or something." And you're okay, oh shit, he's passed out in heroin.
Part of your village, yeah.
You know, yeah. Like they'd always have like little wars with each other.
Mm.
Like someone will get stabbed or something, and oh shit! But they never like mess with us.
Yeah,
because we we're just the local kids, like you know what I mean.
Mm.
So growing up around that,
so it wasn't really like a fearful environment, really.
I mean, if you weren't from around there,
that's what
it's
I'm
scary.
saying. For people that were there, it's just like
it's kind of normal. Like
you know, all the people.
You know everyone. You know, I remember there's so many things. I remember seeing so much violent shit when I was young. Like I remember one day I go on the balcony, I look out, and these guys are
see them. Yeah.
these guys are fighting each other. I think it's like Aussie guys versus Vietnamese guys, and they'll go like they were literally rumbling.
Yeah, probably real brutal.
Brutal, man. And even the security guys are just waiting for someone to get tired. To collect the body, take him out, you know. But yeah, they beat the brakes off each other.
You probably did see like a lot of things happen.
A lot of shit. I remember one day I was with one of my family friends and his friend, and we walked, and I think like they got in trouble, you know. And I was like 6, but I was just walking with them to go to the community center just to play video games or whatever it was, right? And I didn't realize that these guys got in trouble with the police. So
like from something else another time, from
something that they did, you know, and the police end up like coming, and we turn a corner, right? In like I think it's Alternative Street. We go down this little ramp, you turn a corner. There's like 10 cops there with guns. Like,
guns.
Yeah. Hey, Solomon, move. I'm like, how the fuck they know my name? The fuck? Move. Oh shit, that's the guy that runs the holiday program. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So one of the cops that ran the holiday program. Yeah, I think his name is Scott. Scotty, you know?
Scotty.
He ended up, stopping those 2 guys, but they came with a squad. I'm telling you, they're pointing shit at us. Yeah. And I'm a kid. And like, Solomon, move. And I'm thinking, how do they know my name, you know?
Because he's in there.
Yeah, Scotty's there, you know, but he's geared up.
Oh,
you know?
Geared up.
And then they came, then they arrested him. And I'm like, fuck.
You find out what it was for?
I know what it was for, but I don't really want to talk about it.
Allegedly.
Yeah, but it was something that I think that happened at the community center.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's something, but it's
that was an experience, eh?
I mean, yeah, but shit, I forgot about it. Like it was just normal for us, but
it's just like something that just happened.
Something happened, you know. So, but yeah, you know. So, besides those hiccups, that
it would have been like a lot of them, yeah. And it's just.
I mean, not from my generation. The ones older than us were pretty rough, like, you know. Maybe because they had it rough, I don't know. But not from my generation, not really. We were just the local kids that were into sports and maybe like stealing a Mars bar or something. You know what I mean? Kick someone's door and run away, you know? Or have a fight with this, you know, and then be friends the next day. That's it, yeah. But the older ones would be, they go hard. Yeah.
So when did you move out? Do you remember that?
2001.
2001.
Yeah. So I moved to
2001?
Yes, I moved 2002. Sorry, I moved to Escovel.
With your family or yourself?
With my family.
Oh yeah. So you would have been like 11, roughly.
12.
12. Yeah.
12, 13.
12. Yeah.
So just about to transition to high school.
And where did you go? Escovel,
which is more
around the corner.
It's around the corner, but it's a different vibe.
It's around the corner.
It's around the corner, but it's more of a higher socio-economic group. But it was just different now. And now it's peaceful and quiet.
Oh, it wasn't back then?
It's like, what? Nah, this is too boring. You're 12 years old. You're like, nah. And then I ended up going to high school back in Flemington, which was not far off what I just grew up around. So I was like, okay, now I'm back at home again. You know.
Did you stay in Escovel long?
Yeah, I moved out recently, just a year ago.
Since 2002?
Yeah.
So Escovel would have been your like area for a
long time.
There's
not a brick that I don't know.
Yeah?
There's not a brick on the ground.
Damn.
Escovel, Kensington.
You know where the
Mini Ponds.
What's that place? Pacino's.
Of course.
Is that Escovel?
The showgrounds. You talking about the showgrounds?
Yeah. That's Escovel, kind of, right?
You see how across the street? I know what you're talking about. There's estates, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know all that shit. Don't worry.
Yeah. They used to be our stomping grounds too.
Really?
Yeah, because, you know, Edgewater, just go over the bridge and then, you know, go to the Coles.
Near the pool. So Epsom Road. Talking about Epsom Road. Epsom and Union Road.
Oh, so you just moved recently?
Yeah, but I didn't live in that part of Escoville. No, I lived closer towards Mooney Ponds. Yeah,
Mooney Ponds. Yeah. Mooney Ponds is nice now. Eh? I like.
It's alright.
It's alright. It's no Escoville.
Even that again, like the older you get, all that shit. Like, I really outgrew drugs. So when I was 25, I've been sober for 8 years. No alcohol.
Oh, nice.
No marijuana for since 2017. No drugs at all since 2015, and no alcohol since 2015. No marijuana.
Oh yeah, we'll take it back then. When was the first time you did alcohol or marijuana or anything
Drinking?
like that? Yeah, that you can remember.
Bro, I don't know, going to a house party somewhere, maybe 14, 15.
Yeah, and just with the
boys. Whatever, yeah. Just someone pulls out, hey, what's going on? Actually, I think me and my about 15, 14. Me and my friends, my dad used to have Johnny Walker.
Oh yeah,
the
old in the cupboard ones, eh? Yeah, we did too.
Yeah. So
I
think one day me and my friends came to my house, and it was when we were in high school, like 14, year 8, year 9, and we saw it there, and we're like, shit.
That's the forbidden.
We took a shot and went back to school.
Just one shot.
I think maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah.
That was probably the first time on my own. You know, and then after that, a few times at a house party, this, that, whatever it is, passion pops. I don't know.
Passion pops.
They're like $3, bro. $3 to get this big champagne. So growing up, I looked older before my friends did. Yeah. I started to grow a little bit of hair.
So you could go walk in and
I'd go and get it, you know. But yeah, passion pops about 14, 15, you know. So that's when I started drinking, but I never became like a drunk. Nah. Like,
never?
Nah, I mean the
social.
Yeah, like the older I got, from
the less you were kind of into it.
So I was more into drugs.
Yeah.
Like I like drugs more than I did alcohol. Like
yeah.
But I even started drugs.
Is probably more. I've never done.
I started drugs late. Good. You don't need to. Don't do drugs. Say no to drugs.
Only coffee.
Yeah. So
and alcohol.
I started drinking at 19. Sorry, smoking weed at 19. 18 at schoolies. That's the first time I ever smoked weed. And funny enough, today I remember I messaged you. I was in Janjak today. Yeah. I was in Torquay.
That's where they had it.
That's the first time I ever smoked weed. Yeah. I just happened to be there today. I haven't been there since 2008.
And you were there today.
I was there today. So that's the first time I smoked weed.
What was the whole?
Just schoolies.
Explain it to me, bro. Like the whole experience.
Schoolies?
No, like doing marijuana for the first time. Well, smoking something.
I just laughed, bro. So that night, I remember me and my friends went to the beach, and like we're all Africans, you know. I remember how I told you I went to Kokoda, and
so with some of them.
No, so
some of that crew.
There was a police crew.
A police crew,
like Kokoda. Remember Kokoda? I was telling the trip. Yeah.
Yeah.
We developed relationships with them.
Just part of your circle kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the policemen at the Kokoda track. Well, like when we were 16 or 17, right? Yeah. We kept in touch with him.
You got close.
Yes. So he had a beach house.
Drugs.
No, he had a beach house in Torquay, or his friend had a beach house in Torquay.
Just a connection.
Yeah, and he's like, and I don't know. One of the girls said, "Let's go there for schoolies." So we all bunched up.
Stay there.
Yeah, like
so close.
Yeah, it's right there, Torquay schoolies. You know. So me and my classmates, about 6 or 7 of us, put our money together. We rented that beach house from the guy or from his friend or whoever it was, and then we just started partying. So while we're partying, I didn't do. I drank, of course, you know, but I didn't do weed. Some of the other guys did weed.
They were just.
So we go to the beach, and now there's like 6 African people, 3 girls over there, 3 guys, 3 or 4 guys, you know, and now we're on the beach. There's no one else is looking like us now.
Oh.
So we end up pulling some girls, you know what I mean? So we go back to the
I see.
to the beach house, and I'm trying to be cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be cool, and one of my friends pulls out a joint. And I never smoked before. Pretty much.
Didn't hesitate. Yeah.
I didn't hesitate.
Like a pro. Yeah.
That's it. No, dude, I smoked it. I swear to you, exactly how you just said. I smoked it, and just like a professional.
Yeah.
But I didn't even get high. I just laughed.
Yeah.
I think I like me and hooked up, whatever. But I just forgot all about that. I was just laughing, and I went. I remember cooking food. I cooked like excessive amount of food, and I ate a little bit of it.
Yeah.
And then that was the first time I smoked weed.
That was the
at Schoolies. I remember
Schoolies smoking experience.
Pretty much. And then after that,
did it make you feel like, oh, that was like cool?
Yeah, of course. But you're 18.
I mean, not cool, but like, oh, I want to do that again. Or was it like, did it open the gate to like, I've done it before?
No,
I'll do it again. That's fine.
To be honest, I didn't. That's my first time smoking it, but I didn't get addicted. Nah, I just smoked it, and then that's it.
Just like,
that's it.
Done
then,
it. Yeah.
The next day I didn't want to smoke it again, and then I remember. So from 18 to 20, I party. I'd go out, drink. I didn't smoke. I remember I went to Adelaide on another trip with a whole bunch of us. We used to just go interstate and book party. You know,
around the same time, or this is years later?
2 years later.
So you're a bit older.
Yeah, I'm older. I think I maybe smoked twice since then. But we go 2 years later, you know? And then...
So now you're in Adelaide.
Now I'm in Adelaide. And we booked an apartment. And I remember it. One of my friends was big, a chief. I love
going for it.
Till today, I still love him. I love him to death, you know? But he was the weed guy. And again, we just kept partying, and I had enough of alcohol. And I smoked this joint, and I didn't feel like I did the first time I smoked. I felt phenomenal the second time.
Oh.
I felt phenomenal.
So this gave a different...
I was flying.
Hit different.
I was flying. It hit different. I'm not promoting it, but I really enjoyed that feeling. And since then, so I smoked from then till...
So that was like your real experience.
Every day after that.
Almost every day?
6 years. No, not almost every day.
Damn.
I think maybe 2 times I didn't have money. So I didn't smoke.
Yeah.
But the rest of the time, I made sure I had money.
100% every week?
No. Look, it went from smoking with people
to now it's like your...
To buying a gram, which is like $15, $20, maybe $25, depending on where you get it.
Yeah.
To buying half a quarter, which is like half of 7 grams.
Quarter of what?
A quarter is 7 grams, which is...
like quarter of an ounce?
Yes. Exactly. So half of that with friends, to buying that by myself, to buying a quarter by myself, to smoking half a bag by myself.
Yeah, just
to chiefing. Like proper chiefing. So I smoked for 6 years straight.
Damn.
And then I went overseas, and how I stopped smoking weed. So I quit alcohol and cocaine and all that in 2015.
Whoa.
I quit that.
We'll come back to that story.
Okay. I quit that in 2015. But how I quit marijuana, this is a funny story. You know how you're talking about Ethiopia?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm 26. I go overseas. And I went with my mom.
And you're like in the prime of your, like, that's what you do?
Well, you know, at the time I was doing music, and, you know, I recovered from the heart attack a little bit.
Oh, so
but I still had PTSD a little bit. So I was smoking just to go to bed, really. Yep. But I was still smoking a lot.
So it helps.
Yeah. You know,
it can help.
It did, but to be honest, now you don't like. I realize you don't need it. You know.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I went overseas with my mom because my eldest brother was getting married. Remember, I told you I got an older brother from a different father.
Yeah.
He was getting married, so I went there with my mom, right? And the day before, I flew from Melbourne. I smoked, I think, half a bag by myself because I'm like, shit.
You wanted to fly by yourself?
Well, no, because I said it's gonna be very hard to access there.
Yeah,
so just and it's
that
gonna
was
be
your thinking, just
smoke. It was, yeah, pretty much, and it's gonna be 2 days since I smoked because transit, time differences. So I'm like, fuck.
So you want to be like
smoke as much
super
as I can.
high,
yeah, you know,
for the whole duration.
Yeah, so I went. I think like $120. I don't care, whatever. I smoked it, just smoked for like, and I'm like, okay, smoke, stay up, and then go to bed on the plane.
Yeah,
that was my tactic. You know, so you could.
I get it.
Yeah, so
it was a long flight.
I do that.
Too.
Yeah, long flight. And transit as well. So I get there finally. By the time I got to Dubai, the high was gone. Yeah. Forget about it, you know? And now you're craving, right? So I get to my country. I haven't been there since I was 14. Now I'm 26. I'm with my mom and my auntie. And my auntie as well.
Different person.
Yeah, you know? But the first thing I do is check into a hotel, get my mom in her room, get my auntie, okay, whoever's there that was gonna meet us, like we met, we said we had dinner. Everyone goes to bed.
And then boom, streets.
Shit, that's it, man. And I ended up somehow in some trench, some shanty town, bro. I'm like, man, just give me this weed.
And you don't know this.
I don't know
place?
these motherfuckers. I don't know them. I don't know.
You got no boys there. You got no.
I'm by myself, bro. Bro. Trust me, I've done some stupid shit like that. I was in America.
That sounds pretty.
In America, I did the same thing when I was there. So I end up but this is how I quit marijuana, right? So one of the guys from the hotel. Yeah, I'm like ganja. No, I don't know the guy, bro. I'm like, I pulled out
random dude.
I pulled out money. I'm like,
he's probably like,
so
like a visitor too.
He called one of his friends.
Oh, he knew someone.
Yeah, he called his friend that knew another friend, and he told him make the order. And then he goes, "Who's it for?" "Oh, we have a guest from Australia." "Okay, tell him this is the money." I'm like, I don't care what money. They charge me like crazy shit.
But
I don't care. I just wanted to smoke, bro. You know. So
give me the best.
So he goes, "Nah, I'm gonna come pick him up, and then we're gonna go together to make sure he's not a cop." This, that. I'm like, fuck, because in my country, yeah.
Do I look like a cop?
In my country, if you smoke,
it's done. Yeah.
2 years.
Instant.
If they catch you with marijuana, 2 years.
So you'll be super
Instantly.
serious.
Yeah. So I end up going in a taxi with this guy, and the guy from the hotel's friend, and we drive to the shanty town.
What's shanty? Is just like a ghetto.
Pretty much, you know, like okay, you know how there's you see how the roads here are developed.
Yeah.
It's dusty road, bro. I end up like 40 minutes in some shit, and now I'm in a taxi. I'm like, fuck, man, oh shit, you know, I don't know this guy, I don't know that guy. I'm like,
you don't know anyone.
I have
and you got money on you.
But these guys do all right, you know. Fear is in your mind, I guess, you know. So the guy comes out, and I give him the money, and I asked him for a gram. He pulls out a plastic bag.
So way bigger than a gram.
I'm like, fuck. So I give him the money, and I'm like, all right, just give me this. You take the rest. I told him because it's gonna stink up the room. So I put my hand in the bag. I just took some. I'm like, you take the rest. Don't worry about the change. I just want to go back and smoke, bro. Let's go. You know, let me go. So I get back to the hotel. I go up to the room. I roll a joint. I took venti papers. I took a box of ventis from here.
Okay.
Because I knew I was gonna find it there. I rolled the joint. This is funny, bro. I rolled the joint. I smoked it. Oh yeah, shit. This weed's alright. Oh, it's starting to kick in now. All of a sudden, I skitzed a little bit.
Yeah.
Different country. It hit me.
Plus, because you knew the laws, probably subconsciously.
No, not because of the law, really. But to be honest, I actually heard. So now I'm on the balcony. I heard different languages. In my country, there's about 80 languages.
80?
Yeah. So I heard. So I'm used to having background noise, which is straight like music or English, right? But I'm there. I hear different languages. I hear dogs barking, and in my country, it's like the country doesn't sleep. It's 24 hours.
Is it?
People work 24 hours. Bars open 20.
Really?
People don't sleep, bro.
I don't know that.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's not like things are closed.
Not really.
Silence.
No, especially not in the capital. You know, people drink all night.
Yeah,
it's on all night. You know, and I'm on the balcony. I'm in the capital. I'm in a nice hotel, and I hear all this, and I'm high, and I froze. I'm like, shit. I literally froze. I dropped the weed. I smoked half a joint. You know, I dropped the joint, went into my bed. I just like this. For like an hour and a half until the high went down. That weed was so powerful.
Wow.
I swear to you, I've smoked like around the world. I've smoked. In America, I smoked a variety of different types of weed,
which is probably most of the strains.
But this shit hit me differently, and I was just like that.
Damn.
And then after the high went away, I got the courage. I'm like, get the fuck up, man. What's going on? You know?
Yeah.
I got the courage. Got the rest of the weed, flushed in the toilet. That was the last.
Really?
I ever smoked weed in my life. Because I never had that effect. I never, you know.
Yeah, because
it never hit me like that.
When you enjoyed it, it was different, yeah. And then you kept up that enjoyment.
Yeah.
And then
I actually skidded, like, you know. But I was frozen. Like, I was frozen, you know. The only other time that happened to me was this. I was at a house party. This is nothing drug related.
Before or after?
Before.
Yeah.
I was in a house party and I was high, right? And I'm sitting there on like I think 15 floors up, right?
Mm.
And I'm sitting on the balcony, but you know the rail, like 15, 20 floors up. I'm leaning over the rail. You know?
Yeah.
I'm leaning over, and there's nothing behind me, nothing holding. Like I'm dead.
Mm.
I'm leaning over it. I'm high as a kite. My friends at the house party just looking at me like no one, like their consent was no one wants to talk to me because if I if I slip, I'm dead.
Yeah.
So I was smoking a joint and I kept talking to him. About 10 minutes later, I tried to pass the joint. No one wanted to take the joint. So I finished it. I get off the rail, like I get off swinging off the rail, go inside, get like some beer or whatever it was, and one of the girls comes up and she goes, "Hey, you were like swinging over the rail, right?" I'm like, "What?" No, I'm like, "What?" She goes, "No." She goes, "No, like look at me. Look, like you were leaning over the rail,
like just
talking to us, one arm smoking, and you could have slipped and died."
And then you probably looked at it like,
I looked
holy
shit. Yeah, exactly. I looked at the rail, my legs gave way. I collapsed.
Yeah.
I just fell. Like
because you knew, like
it clicked to me. Once you said that to me, it clicked. I just collapsed. My friends come like, "You dickhead." You fucking idiot. So that's the only other time I skitzed. Like I
don't know if that's a skits. That's just more like a.
But I'm saying I froze.
Reality,
I froze.
like
it hit me.
Yeah.
What's actually happening? That's the only ever like in my whole life. So, and ever since then I got vertigo like a motherfucker. So yeah. But that Ethiopian one, that's when I quit marijuana, 2017. Yeah.
Good, bro. Like I said, I've never smoked before, so I don't know. Maybe it's good.
See, people are different. Like I used to smoke like a lot, and I used to write music.
Make you creative, yeah.
I mean, to a degree.
Not make you, but like
to a degree,
help.
Like I remember doing theater shows, and I'd memorize scripts of 54 pages. I'd memorize everything while smoking weed. But the weed was ultimately a escape of reality. It's not. Yeah. It's. I mean, for me personally, I don't know about other people.
Well, I don't know at all. So
but for me, it was more like, okay, let's just drift off a little bit.
Yeah.
As opposed to
addressing the situation,
anything like
reality.
Yes, but with your authentic self,
so, fully conscious.
Yeah.
So let's go back to cocaine, man. You jumped over that one. If you're okay to talk about it,
I have no fears, man. Yeah.
Nice. It's the similar story. It was just around because that's a hard, isn't there? Like that's a tricky one to get into.
Cocaine?
Yeah. Well, I didn't grow up here, so like where I'm from, like you'll never see cocaine unless you're like got really strong connections. But I know here a lot of people talk about like trying it. And
it's normal, man. Like it's
normal.
It's a shame. Like I don't want to say it's normal as in it's something that should be socially acceptable, but to a degree,
it's quite common.
If you grow up in Australia,
like if you grow up, you're gonna know someone.
95% of my friendship groups have either tried it, right?
Yeah.
But maybe then again, my friendship groups are not normal.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Excuse me. I just burped. But maybe that's what the case is, But when you're going out partying, and again, I was an actor, musician,
like creatives.
Yeah, I was a creative person, and just sort of a outgoing and an extroverted sort of person. I don't want to talk like I know about extroverted. I don't know, but I was just a very outgoing person.
Yeah.
So when it made its way to me,
it was just easy transition to.
Okay, this guy's doing it. This guy's doing it.
Boom.
Let me try it because I had. I already had a approach of seeking in my mind. I like
try it before you.
Yeah, like remember, like growing up, like I used to stay out later. Okay, no wait, I didn't say this. So growing up, I used to stay out later than all my friends did. My friends
you mean drinking and stuff?
No. I mean like as a kid.
I just
like in the housing estates.
Scary movies.
Yeah, like
excuse me.
Pretty much, like I'd venture into the wilderness further than what my friends did at an earlier age. Think about this.
Things to the limit.
I mean, think about it. Like, I was 18, 19 years old. Like I was performing already. I was getting.
That's a difficult thing to get.
Like I wasn't afraid to be vulnerable in front of people and cry and and express feelings of love
It's not easy, yeah.
You know, but for me, it wasn't. It was hard, but I got through it. Like makes sense. Like I didn't have a fear in that sense of
So do you
venturing out into something that was.
Do you think you saw it like almost like a challenge too?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So when it's made, like when he made,
you just welcomed the challenge. Like,
when it came over to me, I was like, all right, let's go.
What you got?
Let's see what Okay, this. All right. Boom. All right. It's all right. Boom. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Crush it up now. Put it in a drink. All right.
All
right. Crush it up again. Put it on the gums. All right. It's all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it didn't. You know.
What's it like?
The first time it's fun, but after that, to be honest, I remember even doing theater shows on cocaine.
Yeah. But does it?
No one knew. My director didn't know.
I didn't know.
I think one of my classmates. One of my classmates might have suspected it, but no one knew. Like none of my friends knew because I had different friendship groups.
Yeah.
I had the performer friends.
Yeah.
God knows,
course,
maybe they were doing what they. I don't know.
Maybe they were doing it.
Yeah, but I had party friends as well. So
yeah.
But then it was just sort of normal for me to be in it, just do it. Like
in the zone.
Yeah, I mean, yes, but I could get in the zone without it. It became normal for me. It became like just something I just do, like eating a Tic Tac or something.
Yeah, like I feel like doing it today. I'll just do it.
Yeah, so like that addiction was expensive, but again,
it is expensive. Yeah,
probably even like the quality that I got was probably like not even that good. Maybe
yeah,
like
a lot of baking powder, and something, baking soda,
cut up shit. You know what I mean? But I'm saying like even when it was really good. Like you get buzzed for 10 minutes and then
that's how it works.
Like I remember just being at home doing it.
Yeah,
just in the backyard. Yeah, and just smoke like 4 joints. Like I was like, when I say look, I was a drug addict. I have no fears of being typecasted about it. I was a addict functioning, but I was an addict of it. But yeah, so cocaine was something I did frequently, but it was supposed to be for fun, but it wasn't fun.
Because when I think about it, so many people will say like, they really enjoyed it, even people that have stopped, they still have memories like, oh, it was so good, but then like, what was the bad part? Was it because it was too much or like
the money?
Yeah, true.
$400 a gram,
rich man drug, yeah.
$300 a gram, the money. But then you'd go in with your friends and you know what I mean? So, but okay, so if I can put it like this, yeah. But so I remember being so 21, just when I turned 22, I performed to King Charles. I remember King Charles came here.
Real?
Yeah. And even that day,
was it like 2012?
Yes, he came here.
Yeah, I remember.
Him and his wife, fiance at the time, Camilla, came here. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you performed?
I performed to him. Damn. Like there was this art showcase. One of my theater directors from back in the days, he just invited me to do a monologue where I play a character who's a king or who's a cleaner, and he speaks to this little girl who goes, "Oh, why are you black?" Right? And I just explained to her, about. Like we have that dialogue, Yep. Yeah, but that monologue got chosen by my director, so he asked me to do it in front of the king. And now he's king. At the time he was a prince. My director didn't. I said fuck it. I had no fears. I didn't give a fuck, bro.
Go.
That day.
Let's do it.
Guess what? That day, I think I smoked half a bag of weed that morning.
Which you normally would do.
I didn't realize. Yeah, I normally do. I go there. Yeah. You got CIA agent type security. I walk up there. I rock up. Look, fly as fuck. Yep. Swagged out.
Yep.
Charisma on 1,000.
Boom.
But stinking like weed. And I'm the only one there doing a monologue. Everyone else is doing.
So there wasn't like you're one of. You were the monologue.
No, okay. There was like 20 different performances, yeah.
But different kinds.
Yeah. Some were doing dances. Some were doing this. Some were doing ballet. I was the only person that was doing a single person doing a performance. Everyone else was in a group.
Oh.
And I think I was one of the last ones even to close it, But I went there just thinking it's a normal show. I didn't realize, bro, I smelled like weed. I had to pass 5 checkpoints. You know, like, who is this guy? Like, this CIA agent, they could smell the weed on me. I passed his checkpoint. My director at the time, he
let him through.
He fought. Yeah, he's like, get him in there, you know. And I had my own rehearsal space. Everyone else was sharing. Oh. Yeah, but I get past security. This is what I mean. And then I get to my like green room, you know.
Yep.
It's similar to this. I just start rehearsing like nothing.
Boom.
My director's there, like,
in the zone.
He's like, yeah, he's like warm up, like, all right, warm up, all right, go on stage, do a dress rehearsal. Everyone has one turn to do a dress rehearsal, you know, of whatever that
in a different area.
No, on the main stage.
Oh, main stage, like sound checking.
Yes, all of that,
prepping.
But everyone has
Lights.
everything.
Yeah.
But everyone has one
go,
one shot.
Boom.
You know what I mean?
Next one.
Yeah, because it's
get a little practice.
That's it, exactly. But I get into uniform, into costume now, and I line up, and I'm, you know, and then I'm not anxious. I'm just I'm chilling like a motherfucker, and then and then everyone does theirs, and then it's my turn now, and then I do my dress rehearsal, like I do my monologue, you know, and I ran out of like saliva,
yeah.
I started coughing on stage, and my director's like, "Hey, get him some water." But it's because I smoked so much. I had the dries. They call it dries. You know. You know. But I didn't care. Could not give a shit. You know what I mean? I could not give a shit. I go backstage, and then I look, and then again, remember how before we talked about the temperature? The temperature just shifted all of a sudden because people started getting nervous. You know.
Warms up.
Well, like, you know, like it's showtime now, almost like 10 minutes before showtime. And then that's when, you know,
the mood.
Yeah, everyone starts getting, you know, anxious. And that's what separates people, you know. But the closer we get to the show, the more comfortable I get.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, but I'm just not giving a shit. I had a terrible dress rehearsal.
Because you're coughing and
all over.
Probably didn't take it serious anyway.
It's
not even the real one. Wait till I do the real one.
And then guess what happened? Go on stage, and then all of a sudden I look. The world media is there, bro. Like 50 cameras, and I look right up into the crowd. There's a spotlight on him and his wife, and he's sitting right centerfold. Motherfucker! Oh, you're the fucking prince here. Yeah? All right, fuck you. We'll see who the prince is. You know.
And then you just did the performance of a lifetime.
And I did. And he stood up and he clapped for me. Yeah, he stood up and he clapped for me, and he didn't know I was high as a kite. I go outside. Yeah. I finish. You know. My car I got fined because my car didn't have registration.
Oh, so you parked and they just
I got fined because my car didn't have registration. It was parked up on a curb.
Would have been a lot there.
About 560. Yeah. It was parked up on a curb, you know? And
that too.
I also got fined because of that.
Yep.
But they didn't find Channel 7. So I ended up having an argument with the cop for finding them. I'm like, you fucking find them too. My director came out and he backed me. He's like, you know what I mean?
If you're going to do...
Yeah, find everyone, you know? But that was on my 22nd birthday. A year later, heart attack.
Damn.
1 year later.
On your birthday?
Well,
I like close.
A year later, I got released I got discharged
from
hospital.
Right. You said,
on my birthday.
So leading up to your next birthday.
Look at that. 8 months, 9 months. Look, you see that transition? Damn. It's just crazy. So I went from smoking weed. That's when the A-class drugs started coming in that year. Yeah.
That year.
In that year, from the.
So I know what you're saying now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Serious.
Yeah.
So young and you had a heart attack.
I relapsed, but I'll tell you, I came out of hospital.
Yo.
I relapsed.
Cool, of course.
Yeah, I partied. You know, I kept partying. But I decided to quit after I came back from America. I went to America in 2015. I went with my friends.
Why did you want to go to America? Just holiday or just?
I had, you know, so I went to Los Angeles, you know, and
because you're in theater.
Yeah, I was in acting, and I had an agent at the time.
Maybe, yeah.
Yes, I had. She set up.
See what it's about. First time in America.
Yes, but my agent at the time, she set up just two, like this small NBC auditions, you know. So I'm thinking, okay, let's go on a holiday. Let's just see.
Just have a look.
Let's see. Yeah, exactly.
Maybe talk to some people.
Exactly. And maybe do, you know, I had auditions set up. Maybe go do that and just feel the vibe out.
Still have a holiday.
I went with my friends.
Still have a holiday.
Come on, what audition? I
partied.
partied.
Just doing it for fun. Yeah.
You know, so I went to America, get partied, and then I decided then, but like I think some things happened in America, like, you know, because I was there on my own with my friends.
Yeah.
And we partied so hard.
Damn.
And yeah, it just like reality kicked in again, and I started to come to my senses and realize, yo,
this is not the direction.
Yeah, you know. And so I made a decision whilst I was in Vegas. I have family in Vegas. I was staying with them.
I love Vegas.
Yeah, beautiful. McCarran Airport. So when I was there, I decided to quit, no matter what. I said say
quit like a specific drug, or just
quit alcohol, quit drugs, everything.
Clean slate.
That's it. You know. And when I came back, whatever will I had to muster up to quit, I did, and I quit a variety of different social circles and became a hermit. And that's when, yeah. And then about 2 years into that, marijuana, that's when I went overseas.
Yep.
So
then that's when you had that.
Yep. And then after that, a year after that, I went back to Ethiopia.
Yep. My
brother's married, everything. I went back on my own, and now I was 1 year out of marijuana, but that's when I started the whole fitness journey. Now I'm a personal trainer.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So I just started training, man, you know? And
that's cool.
Yeah, so now I do PTing, but I still make music.
Yeah.
But 8 years sober. And to be honest, that's not my life story. Like drugs is just
part, this is like a chapter.
Drugs is just interesting, I guess. But there's so many other interesting things. But this is probably something that's
this is a chapter.
Interesting.
It's
yeah.
Interesting chapter.
Yeah. So and now I'm here, you know.
That's a good segue to music.
Yeah.
Have you always been into music?
I made music. I started making music in my cousin's house. You know how we're in Hoppers Crossing, yeah? Can I say it?
Yeah.
Okay. So not far from here, my cousin used to live here.
Yep.
I grew up coming to like, you know, spend time with him, holidays and whatever.
West side.
And I remember being 8, 9 years old, or 10 years old, by myself, just singing to myself, listening to music, dancing around the house. You know what I mean? And
like at your home.
At my home, but when I came to my cousin's house, he had a better computer than what we did.
Oh, so
he had, I think, Windows 2001 or whatever it was.
So you could burn.
We
CDs
had a nice, yeah, and
man.
He had this little microphone. So that's when I started performing.
Oh, recording
myself musically. So theater came first, but music was my first love. Like I actually did theater first, but music was my first love.
Into it.
I just love music. So I started doing rapping about 2014. After the heart attack thing, I started doing rapping because I really had a story to tell. Like, this is my story now. So I found my voice, found the confidence to do it. Started paying for music to get produced, etc.
Yeah.
Made the first EP 2015.
Nice.
Yep. And then released that. And then 2017, I decided to invest in myself, and I just bought a little MIDI controller, and ever since then I taught myself how to produce, and I've produced more than 1,000 beats.
Damn.
Yeah. And I've released so many EPs that I put up and just take down. But yeah, so I know how to produce music to a certain degree. Yeah. Like I don't want to say like Kanye or not even close, brother. Not even close, mate.
You got your own.
Yeah.
You got your own
you
style.
Know? Yeah. Like I found a process that
it
I'm
works
comfortable
for you.
with, yeah, that I can release and make music at will.
So what's the name under? Like, what's your
Soul.
Artist name? Soul?
That's it. I've had many monikers in the past. Don't worry.
Nice.
So now it's just Soul. It's SOL.
Soul.
It's more me, you know. So
yeah,
kind of a full circle thing.
And so now, did you like perform a lot? Or
musically?
Like did you do
New
like
Zealand
the whole...
Scribe? You know Scribe?
Yeah.
I opened up for him one day.
Real?
Yeah, but he would not even remember. He would not even remember. But
you never
he
know.
did a gig at Rubik's Warehouse, and there was like 5 other performers in Brunswick.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Is it still there?
Who's?
The place in Brunswick.
Yes, Rubik's Warehouse.
It's still there?
Yes.
Yeah.
So New Zealand Scribe. I was down and out.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Come on, man.
Yeah.
He was telling all our story with that one, bro.
Nice.
So I opened up for him once, but he would not remember. There's about six other people there. But I've done minor gigs here and there. Hip hop shows here and there.
Yeah.
Little showcases.
Did you enjoy that? Like process the performance and
I enjoy making music better than I do performing. Because
what if people all knew the music? Then it'll be a different vibe. Maybe. Could be.
Yes or no, but look, so in the whole Australian hip hop or rap or urban music scene, it's dominated by Aussie hip hop. It's not dominated. There's no lane for African Australians yet.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? Our story is yet to be embraced by.
That's a better situation.
Yes,
because it's a new thing to be carved. Whereas if you already got something there, it's hard to stand out when everything's going like that. I think. I mean, it depends. Yeah. Depends.
It's like it's weird. Like I haven't performed. I did a show last year under one of my friends. His company is called Brown Bear Empire, and his name is Zol, and he done a showcase for his music, and I just backed him up and just opened.
Just when,
just me and some other guys as well that I made music with. We just done 20 minutes, 10 minutes for him. You know what I mean? But I'd like to do my own showcase at some point. Yeah. But again, in terms of like consumerism, right? If you look at Australia's a external we import culture. We don't export, especially
although like
urban
with
culture.
drill though, with the whole drill scene, that's.
I mean, maybe
that's that.
Maybe I don't know about it, but maybe I don't know about it. But I don't do drill. But yes, but
my whole point is like that's an example.
Yes, drill came from the UK and and then maybe US as well, and then now it's branched off from, branched off out of Australia from there, but into here and then now back out.
But you're right, though. Yeah,
but
it's all imported.
It's from the outside. So most people's attention spans or like what's in their brain, they're already sort of conditioned to listen to things that are outside of.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's not relevant. Yeah.
So in terms of, so that means there's not much of a platform for people who are already here.
Or like original.
Yes, I mean, but and even if there is, you sort of have to be known outside first, and then they'll adopt you.
Yeah, that's right.
So and then
that seems like the only way, really, isn't it?
I mean, yes, but playing that game, shit, you're up against 99% of the world who are, and I give it up. People are more talented than me. Abso-fucking-lutely.
It's all about execution too.
Yeah, I mean, but like you have to be real with yourself. Like I stopped lying to myself many years ago. Trust me.
Yeah.
But there's people out there extremely, extremely talented. Extremely. So I give it up to them as well. But in terms of performing, I love performing, yes, but I love making
the process of making music.
Like
especially if you got something that like you created and you just enjoy it.
Yeah.
And then you see other people enjoy it. That's another thing.
I mean, if they do, if they don't, to be honest, I stopped expecting things from people like across the board. Let's forget fucking music.
Not so much expecting, but it's just part of the process of sharing. Sharing creativity.
I share it, but sometimes I won't.
Yeah.
like I'm odd in that way. Like it makes sense.
I don't share this too much,
Yeah. I mean,
sometimes you want to keep things too. I don't know.
See, art is non
it's art,
non-linear. Like it's just
but art can be linear.
It can be. It can be. But the way I see it is maybe it's just like
not
that.
Really.
So
usually not, but
so I make music. At the moment, I'm working on a project called Villain. Yeah.
What's it going to be? Album, EP, or
probably
just beats?
I put it in my head 16 songs, but I did about 5-6 songs already. A friend of mine, Hamashi Spiegel, Mr. Math Villain, he did the cover.
Nice.
And so we'll see how that goes. But
have you got like things on YouTube or Spotify or like SoundCloud?
Yeah, Soul.
How do you spell it?
SOL.
SOL.
Yeah, very simple. So, yeah, that Spotify, SoundCloud, everything. Yeah.
You got video clips?
No, I don't have the money for it.
Oh. You want me to shoot you a video clip?
You shoot me a music video?
I've done just some,
I don't know, but everyone I work with, I want to pay. Because so in the past, I don't like working for free. Like personally, So I wouldn't
Like-
let anyone work for me.
For free.
Impossible. No, impossible. Impossible. It's a catch-22. I mean, don't worry. Not you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But you come here, you provide value, so that's like an exchange,
Okay, so you want to pick a song?
for you to.
I can play a song.
You know
for
what?
Mm.
At some point, show me some songs, and then we'll work out
I'll send
together.
you a link and you can.
Or even if you got one in mind that you want to do, and then we'll do it.
So I was speaking with a couple of videographers about 2 songs that from Villain that I would like for them to shoot, but we're going back and forth with dates, money, everything else. But shit.
It's possible we could do something.
I have hundreds.
I'm not like a super professional, but I've done some.
Bro, like I literally have like an hour and a half, 2 hours worth of music
Yep.
that we can, But what I'd like to get shot
Yep.
is different. So I think, actually, yeah, there's a song actually I was listening to today.
Yep.
Do you have Did this work?
Kind of.
Okay, it's called Who Are You? The song's called Who Are You? Yeah.
Is it on YouTube?
It should be on SoundCloud.
SoundCloud. Oh, I don't have SoundCloud on here.
Yeah. So the song, so it's called Who Are You?
Yeah.
Maybe that one.
Oh, that's one of your ones, yeah? I'm going to listen to it.
Okay.
We'll come up with something. I'll
Yeah.
show you.
Okay.
So we could do something like that. So what's your idea about it? Like, what do you envision? Because I haven't heard the song, but what do you envision?
When I just said that, see, I like to think real time. In real time. I just saw eyes.
By the time
I just saw eyes, pairs of eyes. Like as soon as we spoke about it, I just saw like the thing I'm getting is eyes, right? Because how do you really know someone? You can never know.
Eyes to the,
well,
windows to the soul.
Supposedly, but you can never really know someone, right? But what's the first thing that you sort of like you connect
Like
with?
engage the eyes.
It's the eyes.
Yeah.
So the song's called Who Are You? And I think once you hear the song, you probably understand what I just saw just then when we spoke. Something to do with eyes, maybe sets of eyes,
Yeah, I get that's deep.
Yeah, but I mean, it have to sort of like develop, But it's just an idea, right?
It's like
Eyes.
a seed. Let it grow.
Yeah.
That's cool, brother. So you don't have any music video clips out there?
Oh, actually, I do. Yeah, I have one I done back in the day. It's with Banks. You know Banks? My boy Banks. Big up to Banks.
Banks.
Yeah. Let me take you to the movie, shawty.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Banks.
Shout out.
Yeah, Banks is actually.
Oh, so you are like on a collaboration?
So yeah, so one of the first project I was telling you about.
Yeah.
It was called Payday. Like
yeah.
Centrelink Payday. Like yeah.
First of the month.
You know what I mean? So I did a song with Bangs, and the song was called Chillin'. Bangs and Rudy V. Rudy V actually produced it. Yeah. So there's a video on YouTube if you want. You can watch that one. That's from back in the day. But
Yeah.
Bangs goes hard. Big up Bangs.
Still
my boy.
going? Yeah.
I'm not sure what he's doing now, but
Back then, though.
he's sort of a urban legend in the rap
yeah.
world. And when I say rap world, I actually mean the world.
Oh,
No,
for real?
I'm being dead ass.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like Jimmy
Bangs.
Fallon. I think he was on Jimmy Fallon a couple years ago.
No way.
My boy. Beautiful heart.
Damn.
I love him.
That's big time.
Yeah.
That's cool. And you're on the video clip with him?
So he featured in one of my songs.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're being humble about this, eh? Jeez.
No, he's like
Nah, it's cool.
we became friends, but again, like
Hmm.
yeah,
He's
cool.
got his own life path.
I got nothing on Banks.
Mm.
For real.
Damn. All right, cool.
Mm.
And so are you still doing like a bit of theater? Do you still have like that kind of a passion?
I went to theater school in 2015.
Mm.
John Bolton Theater School. I graduated. I got scholarship to do that. Graduated that. I haven't done theater since 2017. I stepped away from, like I really. So after I stopped smoking marijuana, I really had to like assess who I was as a person.
Yeah. Get deep in there.
Yeah. So I challenged that.
It's not easy, yeah?
Well, I had to literally break myself down.
Mm.
Like literally, physically, everything. You know what I mean?
Like strip away all
psychologically, mentally, everything. Clean
get
the
to
system,
the core.
Everything. So I haven't performed since. In terms of doing theater, I've retired from that.
Yeah,
from that aspect of performance. Would I go back and do it?
maybe.
I mean, yeah, I will. Why not? But it'd have to be in the look, man. Look, the theater world is again. I hate to play the race card, but
yeah,
you get like.
This is your perspective. So
nowadays,
it's your truth here.
Nowadays, it's beautiful because in the last couple of years, if you look on on commercial TV, right? There's commercial and then there's like sort of amateur work or there's professional work, right? There's amateur, professional, and then there's commercial. You know.
So the commercial is
what you see on TV, or commercials where the money's at, or where the higher credits are at, or where you actually your career starts to really develop. You know, supposedly, right? But working in the commercial space, nowadays, in the last 5 years, I think there has definitely been a bigger sense of inclusion. Yes.
Inclusion, yeah.
Yes, for people from a variety of different ethnic backgrounds. And I hate to say ethnic backgrounds. I just want to say, you know, because I don't like to use terms like ethnic. Who the fuck are you, cunt? Like, you know?
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, so in the last 5 years, yes, there has been a bigger...
Yeah, you have seen the last 5 years, yeah.
In my era, when I was... God, it was tough. Like, you sort of get typecasted or you don't get casted at all. And there's only so much rejection I think I could have taken.
Yeah, that's a real thing. That's like part of the gig, eh?
Shit. Like, look, man, the acting world's not easy, bro. I've had, you got a big forehead. Or you got to get from the TV. They tell you straight. Or like, I mean, I do stutter, you know? Like, you know,
stutter.
Yeah, or you slur, or you... They're so ruthless, bro. And less than working with other actors, they will let you know. Whatever it is, they will let you know, you know?
It's kind of good in a way.
It's good, but there's, you know?
Truth hurts sometimes.
You know what I mean?
Sometimes,
so there's only so much of that you can really take, you know? And again, I give it up. There's people out there a lot better than me. A lot better than me, a lot more gifted, a lot more XYZ, whatever it is. Yes. So would I go back and return? If it, again, I also have a self...
Maybe if it was more on your terms.
If it was the right role, though. I'm not going, you know what I mean? Yeah. If it was the right role.
Not going there kind of like begging to...
Oh, hell no. Listen, man, I nearly died, bro. I was in, you know what I mean? No, like...
No, it's not worth it.
The best thing in life is this. I mean, the older I've got, like, I literally live like a hermit, you know? Like, if someone doesn't want me around, I just don't bother them.
Probably the best.
You know, and I think that's the mature thing to do, you know? And that's including the industry. Because, again, I can be combative and abrasive. I know myself as well. And the last thing I want to do is disturb people as well. There's a lot of that involved, you know? So, but ultimately, if someone doesn't want you around, you don't go.
And you feel like that's the same in the industry?
Man, like, I don't think they care about me that much in that way. But I know my nature.
Yeah.
You know, there's so yeah, it's nuanced, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Everything I'm saying to but begging is
I saw like a podcast where they said some of the big, you know, like all time, you know, famous actors, they still go and do you know, auditions, and they do it just for like practice, you know? So imagine someone who hasn't established themselves and they have to do it to eat, you know?
Look, I've done that though.
Yeah.
I've starved already.
It'd be hard.
And like the industry is just like any other industry. There's all types of biases in it. Like culture-wise, I'm talking about.
Oh, what do you mean culture-wise? Like
for example, if you're a woman...
Like the industry culture, or just kind of like a...
You're dealing with people. If you're like, you know how there's all this sexual shit going on right now, right? You know, with Me Too and all this, right?
But back then it was like,
I mean,
part of it.
But that's still like, I'm saying that's involved in the industry. So as well, there's racism as well. There's all these things. So me going into these spaces as well, I have to deal with the things that happen to come my way. You know?
Yeah.
And some things that come my way.
Being from a particular place. And
just being who I am. Just that. But some of the things that come my way, I don't give a fuck to deal with. Who are they? Go on, live your life, bro. Get out of here. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't go to places as well. I'm not welcome. Make sense? Or I'm not going to get the same reciprocity in terms of like just respect, you know. Yeah. And if that's the case,
where do you feel like that's an example in the industry?
What in the acting industry, on the
just wherever you feel like that's an example.
Okay, you know how early on I said Australia is an exceptionally racist country. I can prove it. I can prove it. Yeah,
but not in a bad way. I don't think.
No, not at all. But it's something reality. That let's say no to racism. Yeah, like soccer. Say no to racism. Yeah,
but is that real?
And the African players or players from African descent will play soccer, and then they chanting like a monkey the very next day, and the council members or whoever's like regulating does nothing. Okay, yeah, shoot another commercial. Yeah, you know. Look, I stopped watching Australian rules football because Harry O'Brien. Remember Harry O'Brien? Heritier Lumumba. I think he was dude. I don't know if I said African or Australian, but he was a player of mixed ancestry. He came from, I think it was Brazil and another African country, right? But I think he was adopted here, and he played for Collingwood Football Club.
Okay.
Yeah, and he had, like, I'll skip to my point, right? Eddie Maguire is the owner of that club. Eddie Maguire.
Yep.
Yeah. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? That man won.
Coming up.
There you go. You know, that man won. Harry O'Brien won a premiership for Collingwood, the last premiership, I think 2010. Yeah.
I think I know the guy now. Yeah.
Yeah, but every day until he retired, 4 years ago or something like that. Yeah, or something like that. Every day, his nickname in the club room was Chimp.
Oh, geez.
And this is not from just the water boy, from the president down.
So there's a culture.
Just like that's exceptional racism, bro. You're going every day. You played there for 10 years. They're gonna call you a chimpanzee, bro.
A chimp, like a monkey.
And this is the broke guy who's the water boy, and the multimillionaire owner or president or whoever all positions of power. They addressing you like that.
That doesn't sound right.
This is exceptionally racism, and this is recent. This is not 1960 when they made Indigenous Australians have to have different identifications that showed that they were, less than human. Right? This is not back then. This is today.
This is recent.
This is 4 years ago. How old were you? I was 28. Come on, man. So if that can happen to a champion, who the fuck am I? Yeah. Who am I?
So maybe it's like a lot of people think, well, if they can be so open about it for him, imagine what they're thinking when they see.
I'm just saying this, yeah. I don't know about other people. Other people have different like thresholds to to sustain pressure, right? And keep resilient and still like be focused on objectives and still be harmonious and this and that. I nearly died when I was 21 years old. I don't give a fuck about people. I don't care about people like that or like that in that way. If you come this way, bring it, and you're
ready.
But you get me, and that's not a good attitude to have because that's kamikaze. You're gonna go into shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it makes sense how it's nuanced. Yeah. But
you're learning too.
Well, I have an understanding of it. Like I'm not gonna let anyone treat me like I'm less than.
And you can already see ahead.
Well, if it's unwarranted,
unwarranted is key.
Yeah. Yeah, like if I'm just going there and I'm competent in my job, and I mind my business and I do my service, yeah, I just want to be respected. But as we know, this is not the real world. Human beings have feelings. They might have an off day. Sorry, yesterday was a bad day. I'm sorry. My wife gave me a headache. Yeah, we hear that every day.
Kept me up all night.
Yeah,
so, I haven't eaten.
So, yeah, nigga. Oh yeah. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, all right, nigga. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Look, I'm pissed off, man. I have some, my bills are not paid. Yeah, you fucking black cunt. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, bro. No, I'm sorry, mate. You get me? Just because, so you got to do with human beings, brother. It's the real world, man. Yeah. So, yeah, it's, But then again, do I have the passion to perform? This is a dream,
Yeah. But on your terms, like I was saying, probably, you'll get there one day.
Yeah. I'm just happy to be alive, bro.
That's it. That's real. Yeah. I think back in I forget now. 2016, I think I got diagnosed with a cancer. So I went through all that too. 4 months total in the hospital, you know.
Yeah.
And we just had our first daughter. I mean, first child. Yeah, back then.
Yeah.
So she was like,
sorry.
you know, less than a year, and I wasn't even sure if I was going to survive, you know. So I went through addressing that life situation, which kind of like brought us here, you know. This is the whole point of like we're just capturing moments.
Oh, bro, that's so beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
That is the important shit in life.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is for the loved ones to cherish.
Yes, sir.
Because we're not going to be here forever, you know.
Oh, I know.
You know.
I know.
You know.
Yes, sir. It's so beautiful.
When you like address death, and you become fearless, it's like it's kind of like the best feeling.
It is.
It's hard to explain unless you've been through it. You know.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Like, you see, in ways I seeked it. You know.
Yeah.
And I get you though. It's the ultimate freedom. But I wouldn't suggest it.
Let life just get you there.
No,
you'll get there eventually.
Well, the highest high I ever had was when I let go. When I was having a cardiac arrest, I remember I ripped a bucket bong and I went to bed. And it was going off, right? And I was fighting it, fighting it. And then, I couldn't have, I didn't have the energy to speak, to call my friend, to ask him, hey, call the ambulance. I was fighting for like, I don't know how long, and then I just let go. I said, all right, I'm ready to go. And I let go.
But since then.
Yeah. But that feeling of letting go though, I woke up 3 weeks later, but I remember that feeling.
Damn.
There's no drug, no sex, nothing ever equivalent to that. Was the equivalent to that. But living
You're so close to.
But I think what can is living the most truth-seeking and honest life you can. I think that's the equivalent. Once, makes sense? I think for me, if I'm living in that way, in that direction,
it's fearless. That's fearlessness. Yeah,
that's what I can equivalent to that. You know what I mean? Just
It's more like a slow burn.
Yeah,
as opposed to like an explosion.
I would never suggest any of these things to anyone. No, not at all. Like like love, seek help if you need help. Speak, communicate, address how you feel. It's beautiful. Excuse me. Don't let masculinity box you in, or don't let your circumstances box you in, or anything outside, materials, resources, other people box you in.
Once you
express yourself, right?
Once you understand,
and communicate.
Just everything breaks
if you need
down,
help, yes. But for me,
you mean like from an addiction point
of
view?
Yeah, like I'm saying for whoever may be watching this,
for
and
sure,
hearing what I'm saying, like, I want to do what he did. Don't do it. Speak, communicate if you need someone to talk to.
This is why don't
do it.
This is why I think it's important that we do communicate, because a lot of people always say, "Don't do this, don't do that," but then I think what's important is we should say why and explain it in a way where they're like, "I get you."
Yeah.
And the reason why is because you can end up in these predicaments.
Absolutely.
These are real predicaments.
It's real. You do not want to end up on life support and you have to turn this way because the nurse is wiping your ass because you have no energy to do it. Or you piss yourself and you shit yourself and the nurse has got to come keep changing you and your family watch you and you're like a vegetable.
Yeah.
No one wants that. Trust me.
And that's just one of the billion possibilities of things that you probably don't want to experience.
You're lucky.
Yeah.
Are you in
lucky, man.
remission?
Yes, remission since 2018.
Beautiful.
Yeah. But the whole time I was thinking like, every day is a blessing.
Yes, sir.
Just every day was a blessing. But no one could do anything that would make me upset because I was just on borrowed time, Every day was like a bonus. Like, I can't explain it, but I was just... Like, I'll tell you, I said this in the other podcast, but someone crashed into me. Yeah. And they crashed into my daughter's side. Going around the roundabout. And someone just went straight through and hit my daughter's side. And she was in a car seat. Yeah. So how would you react? Because the way I reacted was I forgave him. I let him go, like, all good. And just kept it moving. Like, he didn't pay anything. just like forgiving. Like I just felt like people don't understand what I'm talking about when I see a person, I think about all the loved ones that they've had, and I just think about like every single person that you've dealt with, and just like I can visualize just people.
Yeah.
And this is just another reason why I'm doing this podcast, because I'm trying to capture it for those people, you know. And so that's what that experience did for me, you know. It's just a different perspective of gratitude.
Yes, sir.
So it's a positive, you know. There's always a positive if you seek it.
Yeah. I get you. I get you.
What was it like for you? Like when you came out, then did you feel like you were...
It was my 23rd birthday. So I came out of the hospital, and my friends threw like a small party, like a gathering. They got cakes and food, etc. You know, the closer ones came around, about 20 of them, you know, and we had a little barbecue at a park. I used to smoke a shit ton of weed in. But yeah, you know, like it was at the time. It's hard to articulate, you know, like gratitude, I think, is gratitude in reflection, empathy, realizing, you know, how small I actually am as an individual in the grand scheme of everything. Realizing that people do love you, you know, despite, well, from my point of view, my obvious flaws, you know, people did like care for me.
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah. That was nice. See, I'm not used to love. I'm not.
Yeah?
No.
You think your like upbringing was a bit different?
Yeah.
More traditional kind of thing? It's not really promoted?
I'm not. Like, so I've been single so since then. I haven't had a girlfriend in more than 10 years. I'm 33 in about 6 months. I haven't had a girlfriend. I've had one girlfriend in my whole life.
Yep.
Like, I actually cared about a little bit. like, you know what I mean? Like, I actually loved.
Yep.
I actually wept. That's it. And even that's when I was like 16. We were together for like on and off, you know? Yeah. But I'm not used to love, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how to receive it. I don't know. You know, so since then I've spent roughly 10 years amongst people, but separate. Amongst people, but separate. You know. But you know, I can do things for people because I love them, but I can't receive it.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah, I get you.
But I haven't been like my experiences with love. My parents are African, bro. My dad was a rough guy, street guy.
They do that.
My dad was a rough guy. My father was a rough man. You know? And
probably his father and so forth, maybe.
My parents, you know, like they were divorced when I was 5. So,
what was that like? Because you,
man. I never saw a functional, loving relationship.
Yeah, as an example, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, even around me, you know, like even when I was younger. Okay, I had a girlfriend. She I don't know how I got her when I was younger.
Yeah,
I don't know why she liked. I don't know why.
She had her reasons.
Well, she had a pick of the litter, but she picked me for whatever fucking reason. But I don't know why she did.
Maybe the energy.
Probably. Well, you know, I was flamboyant. I used to wear shit that no one else dared to wear, you know? Just that. But, like, that's all surface, right? Still.
Well, it comes from within, though.
I understand. But, again, I was good to her, and you know, and everything. But, again, outside of that, like, small experience, being a teenager.
Yeah.
Okay, every now and then you get lucky. You might get some, you know? When I was younger, you know, every now and then, I wasn't one of these guys out here. I know some guys that would knock shit down. Never been one of them guys.
Yeah.
Never been one of them guys, you know. I just
Maybe because you're
no
more
game.
authentic and just,
No game.
like it's real.
No game with me. No games, So I wasn't great with the ladies, But yeah. But in terms of even with them, I'd see how they behave and what the girls are also doing, and I'm like, nah, bro, like this ain't this is not the shit that I like.
Yeah.
So I've never loved properly. Like and if I do, it's such a narcissist. I'm a narcissist.
Bro.
No,
we all are to a degree.
No, I'm a deep narcissist because I love myself so much that I don't even get involved.
That's okay.
Because I give reasons. I make reasons. I say, oh shit, I don't want to disturb them.
Yeah.
When there have been a couple girls, in the last couple of years that what's going on with this guy here,
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, like trust me, this is a different.
You'll never be better than them.
So, but no, but I'm saying like I don't get involved because one, emotionally I don't know how to. I don't like. I had to really care, like really care what.
That's why they date, that's why dating's involved.
I don't get past the first couple conversations. Once there's a little ounce of something,
it's done.
Yeah, I'm like that,
Don't waste your time.
That's what I mean. I'm narcissistic. I know
it's not. It's honest, man.
Well, yeah, but again,
brutally honest.
Brutally, but you know how
you gotta date more.
Well,
you'll find someone, bro.
Look, I've been on these apps and shit. I talked sometimes, but
don't look. I think that's that's the old key. That's don't look, but be willing,
I'm not great with women. Trust me, I tell all my friends all the time. Me, I'm not.
Affirmations.
I'm the worst. I'm the worst. Like out of all my friends, because again, I just don't know about that. How to operate in that world very well. I don't know.
Back when I was single, like I always used to. My advice to people was the 3 C's, and you could probably, get along with anyone. If the first C was, it's been a long time. I don't know in what particular order, but conversation.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Compliments.
Okay.
And what was I saying? Conversation, compliments, and confidence. Just apply those things, those 3 C's, and just plant seeds, Just talk.
I don't know. See, that's the thing.
Not with the intention for lifelong love, but for,
Again, like, look, but like I don't like. I swear to you, like,
you don't have like the need. Not the need, like the want. Is that what
I've been alone for so long that I've managed.
You've already got your.
I mean,
groove.
Like to a degree, but I don't know how to care about
things that you don't care about.
I don't give a fuck about it. Like I swear to God. Yeah. Or this happened at work.
Like females are in like another.
What?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what your boss said to you. You think I give a shit? Like,
I get.
And I don't
that's brutally honest. That's what I'm talking about. So
who wants to deal with that? He wants to come home and deal with that.
I don't care.
Shit, like I'm thinking, when am I gonna die? Like, like you know what I mean?
Yeah, real
like,
shit.
Yeah, like I'm thinking, shit.
Survival mode, or
you get me?
Like
I'm 32 years old.
Things that you're really into, and then
you get me?
Big.
I'm thinking like there's a certain life urgency that I think I have because because of my experiences.
And you've got so many things that you're like, these are important to me.
Yes.
And like they're big news.
You're gonna come and complain that the guy at the restaurant or the girl at the or your friend, your this, that, small material things. Hey, listen. Hey, yo.
It's almost like time wasting, eh?
I'm just saying.
Or like energy sucking.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that's.
But what if you found someone that was into all those things that you're into?
Then it'll be combative. So it wouldn't be a match. Okay, I was telling this to my friend the other day. Yeah.
Okay. So you had practice with this. All right, tell me.
So I was saying to my friends, I'm like, yo, I need a librarian.
Dang.
I need,
Why is this quiet?
Well, because it's gonna balance me out, and not that it's their responsibility, right? But I feel, I feel that's the energy that I can be aware of it. And, okay, wow, and I can learn from them. I can learn that. I can learn how to, mellow and to be more centered, and someone who's gentle.
What if she starts talking about a book that you don't care about?
Well, I actually do read. I like I do like.
No, reading's good.
I like knowledge. I like information.
There's a lot of
I like, you know what I mean?
Categories.
I understand. If it's like, I understand what you mean, but for me, it's like I like what I like in a woman is more femininity, like extreme femininity. That's shit. Then I'm coming for her.
Yeah.
Then I'm
out
like,
there, man. Out there.
Well, I haven't come across him, and
you got to seek.
Even if I have,
you shall find.
I scare him so much. Because I'm very abrasive.
Hey, 3 C's. 3 C's.
Cause I'm terrible with women. Trust me, bro. I appreciate. I appreciate you. Like you trying to help me. I'm terrible. Terrible.
Affirmations, brother. You just gotta believe.
You
just gotta believe.
Yeah. Well, like I haven't.
There's so many people out there in the world, you know.
I know, like, but again,
think about it. Think about how many people out there.
I know, dude. I know,
just
billions. You know. Funny
There's people out there. Man.
Funny you said that. The other day I was speaking with my mom, and she said to me, "Out of all the women in the world, you can't get one." I'm like, "Fuck it." She killed me. Like, but she's right.
Mic drop. Nah.
Like my mom, like, I'm like, but
you can, bro. You
I can't argue with her. Yeah, look.
But the thing is, you gotta seek though. Yeah.
They don't stay. They don't stay. No.
But that's like backwards advice, isn't it? Because I said,
I don't chase.
Don't chase. It's probably the best advice.
Look, I attract them initially. They're curious. You know,
that's all right. Just keep.
But they don't stick around because they realize.
Think about it. Compared to how many people on this planet that's compatible with you, how many people do you think you've actually met?
My cousin, who's my friend. That's I'd say that's my like okay. There's I have a family friend, but I say he's my cousin because we've been
just family,
friends,
close,
you know? Yeah.
It's like a cousin.
He's probably the only human being on this planet, on this whole planet. Yeah. Even within my family, I'm like, no. He's probably the only human being that I'm completely open to.
Like knows you, and
like
just,
he know me.
You
know me. You know. That's it. And he's, everyone else I trust, but not to a certain degree.
And what does he say? What does he tell you about you?
Just keep doing what you're doing.
He knows you. But that's probably good advice too, because you just got to be who you are. That way, over time, hopefully, that person will see you for you.
Oh, bro. Trust me, I'm not.
I'm giving advice. I shouldn't be giving advice.
No. Like, I appreciate it. So, funny enough, yesterday I was with my cousins, you know. I got a phone call from Vodafone, and they were trying to upgrade my plan and try and sell me a phone as well. You know? Yeah. It's funny. So I'm sitting there, and the guy's asking me questions, and he was trying to get me to subscribe to like bundling a package where if I had a friend or something, or a girlfriend or a wife or a partner,
someone else signed up,
so
and
I
you'll
can
get a discount. Yeah.
And I'm telling him, look, man, no one loves me, bro. And he started giving me advice on the phone.
Yeah, real.
Yeah. He's like, it's okay, brother. You know, as long as God loves you. I'm like, bro.
The 3 C's, man. The 3 C's.
I'm looking at my cousin.
God loves you. Oh, not the God loves you one.
You know, yeah. I'm looking at my.
God loves you though.
Yeah, absolutely. You love all of us, you know. I look at my cousins. I'm like, is this guy serious, bro? Yeah. I'm like, yeah, but you asked me a question. Do I know anyone? I'm like, no one loves me. This is the answer. What do you want? I don't ask for advice. But I appreciate, you know, the game. You got game. I got no game. My game is like this.
You think you got no game because you're saying you got no game. See, confidence is one of the C's, brother.
Yeah, you know. Yeah,
you got the swag. I'm not. I could tell already.
Well, I'm very shy. If there's something I like,
confidence.
Oh, shit. No.
Confidence.
If there's a girl I like, you're not gonna hear nothing. I'm gonna be like this in the corner.
Man, I used to be shy. Just try it out, man. Just a little subtle compliment, you know. Compliment, leave it.
I don't do that. It's weird.
You don't do that for all the ones that you met because you probably don't want to.
I'm on Hinge, you know, and I had this conversation with exactly what we're talking about, right? My friend yesterday, and he's like, "Bro, you have a free rose. Give it to a girl who's a 10." I'm like, "Look, firstly, I don't like to rate and say one's a 9, one's a 10, because I don't really think I'm that great anyway. So if I feel like that about myself, imagine how, makes sense. And I don't like to objectify people and associate them with numbers but you know what I mean?
To be real, there is a number, but it's not. It's based on so many different things, like the personality in your mind and compatibility,
There's too many variables.
There's a lot of variables.
There's too many.
But a lot of people base it on just
even
external.
I understand. Ethically, I can't do that. Because of just my experiences, I can't say this person is
the 10.
Who am I?
But you never met them.
But who am I? Who am I? Like, really?
Right, you're a person, man.
I understand, but like, who am I? Like, to say this person's this?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
But see, that's your perspective, your opinion.
That's just me.
That's your opinion that you can have.
Well, my friends tell me this. You have a free rose. You can,
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, bro.
A free rose is like what? I don't know what this is in the hinge. Is it kind of like a thing you give?
It's like
to someone to say,
I don't know.
I'm interested.
Possibly, but more than just language. I think it's like it's a little more than just saying hi. It's like saying, oh yeah, like you're worth this. I guess.
It's like a big gesture.
Yeah.
So like, someone gave me a rose.
It's a bigger opening.
Like really interest.
Yeah, but then again, we can assume I was born someday, not yesterday, right? We can assume that the really pretty girls would get a lot of roses. So I think it's safe to assume that.
This is important.
It's safe to assume that. And he's like, just give, like it's weird. Like, there's two different sections. There's the standouts, literally, and then there's the normal.
Like a literal, like.
Literally, it's called standouts. And he's like, no, give the standouts a rose. I'm like, but why?
Like, statistically, you're thinking statistically is like, for one, it's a waste of a rose. And two, waste of an opportunity.
Because she's got thousands there anyways. So, and also, like, I'm going to give a rose to something I like.
Yeah.
Just because you're, like, I've been around pretty women before. The entertainment industry.
But it's not all about just pretty.
Like, who cares if she got a nice curve?
Yeah.
Who cares? Like, who actually cares? I don't. Some dudes care, right?
Care in a moment.
Well, but again, once you pass that phase of life,
that's...
it's like,
oh shit, excuse
me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
because you're thinking long term. That's why.
No, I'm thinking more about, the person. Like, I'm more curious about
the actual person.
I'm curious
it's
about
deeper than just
even if they're really pretty.
10.
Even if they're really pretty, okay, great.
There's more to that, yeah.
Like, but I'm curious about to understand who the person is. I try my best. It's hard. I'm a man. I'm a human. I try my best though to look beyond that and to just to understand who that person may even be. Because it's very hard to really know someone, right?
Especially if you've never met them.
But the superficial thing, right? And he gave it to me, he was like, man, you're being hard-headed. I can see his point.
But I can see his point. Apps, but you see someone in a photo.
I'm not gonna
a lot
waste
of
the
times
rose.
they don't even look like that in real life,
I mean, I don't know.
They do all the angles and.
I've been catfished. I have. Yeah.
I'm sure that's just normal. Catfish is just normal.
I reckon girls have been catfished when they saw me too. So it's the same thing. So
people put their best photo out there. That's the best representation of themselves.
I get it, but like I love and I respect him, but I still I'm like, my man. I just skipped all the standouts. I just skipped them all. I'm like, if I see something that I don't know why I like it, that's what I'm giving the rose to.
Yeah, Good luck on your journey, brother. 3 C's.
This is literally like 20 minutes out of the day to just do something, but I'm not. It's just I'll talk to that.
Do you meet a lot of people through that?
I've been on a few dates. Yeah. Not a lot of people. I've spoken to a lot of different types of girls. Yes, but I've actually.
What's your type? Do you think?
Women?
Yeah. I don't know. It's up to you, women or men.
No, women. Like whoever's interested in me.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Again, I'm not delusional. I'm there's some very, very attractive men out there. Got money, height, handsome, status, everything. All the metrics that
but
society shows. Hey, but again,
sometimes they can't even pull.
I don't know. I can speculate. It's imagination.
Sometimes you see men that don't look attractive, not shaped, not tall, and they've got
I like
someone that looks.
I like what this is what I mean. I'm a narcissist. Whatever likes me, the conversation's open.
Yep.
If you don't like me, then that's it. It's cool. Like, I move on.
Yeah. Travel more, meet more people. Yeah.
Cuba.
Oh damn! You even got the song and everything, the playlist.
Man. Sit on the beach there, have a what's that, lemon lime bitter, smoke a cigar.
I hope you get there one day.
So thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate it greatly.
That's awesome, brother. Hey, so now you're doing PT.
Yes.
So what led you into that? Just recovery?
So whilst I was recovering, so I was advised after my heart attack 10 years ago to go have to go see a psychologist.
Yep.
But I never went.
That'll be good though.
Yeah, but I never went. I understand. I'm that's what I'm saying. So once I quit marijuana, I need to fight those or to address those demons. So I chose to do it on my own terms.
Oh yeah, 100%.
To read about philosophy, study religion, practice religion. Excuse me. And get my body in order. Get healthy.
That's probably the best thing to do. Yeah.
That's what I decided to do. So the PT thing started about 2019. So after I quit marijuana, I gained a lot of weight and I got super depressed. And
you got big?
Yeah.
Damn, you must have lost a lot of weight then, yeah?
Dude, I didn't even leave my house. I was so depressed.
Like, how big did you get weight-wise?
I mean, about 90, 94. That's not that big.
That's like my arm.
I know, but
but
I'm
relative,
5'10",
yeah, relative, because you've probably never been heavy.
I've never been, but I was, I was not well. Here, first and foremost.
Yeah.
So I used to just walk in parks.
Just around neighborhood.
And then I started watching Joe Rogan podcast, and a big one was I actually started watching Floyd Mayweather.
Oh, okay.
Earlier on, but I really watched his training motivation, and I watched like Michael Jordan videos, and
those are good.
Those things, and listen to podcasts and.
Damn, so those helped you.
Yeah, like it got me out of the house. It got me just like I was so. When I tell you I was depressed, I just sat home and I ordered Uber and I just ate for like those 2 years.
Damn.
Like sorry for like a year, and then I just because I wasn't smoking marijuana anymore. I just smoked cigarettes and just ate cigarettes. Didn't work. Didn't do anything. I was still dealing with all that.
But you still stayed strong as a mindset not to do like marijuana.
Yeah, like I made a decision.
And that's a real decision.
I really
fully committed.
Like that's it.
Because when you're depressed, you just give up and just fall back. Yeah,
but
relapse.
I had no friends to kick back with because all my friends are smoking. So I just decided to not see them anymore.
Yeah, probably a smart decision then.
Yes, so I was lonely. So that the depression came because there's no one to talk to.
Yeah.
Because in life, no one owes you anything.
Oh, but plus COVID, yeah? Probably COVID this time?
No, COVID was a bit later. So
2019.
So 2017, I quit marijuana. So a year later, I go overseas. I come back from overseas, but I'm a year out. Like, for 1 year, I haven't smoked weed. But I haven't seen my closest friends. I haven't seen my friends at all. Yeah. And if I have, it's 2018
been brief. Roughly?
Yes. And it's been very brief. But okay, they'll smoke, I'll leave. So I have no friends. So I got depressed.
You mean back then, yeah.
Yes. So I got depressed because I can't tell them how to live their life.
Too,
because they're smoking and I don't want to do it anymore.
So yeah, just go.
So I just walked away, So I walked and I got depressed for a bit, gained a lot of weight, ate, smoked a lot of cigarettes. Hermit. And then I just started walking. After watching podcasts, I just started walking.
Just listening.
Late at night, yeah. And then listening to this and then slowly that walk became a jog. And that jog became a run. And then that run became... All of a sudden now I'm playing soccer again, and then that's playing soccer again. Okay, now go to the gym, and I feel okay now. I don't feel like I'm that bad. I'm not the worst person in here now. And okay, who's the guy in the gym? That guy? All right.
Bet.
A year later, forget about it.
Yeah, real.
Forget about it.
Forget
a year
about
later,
it.
I was training 3 times a day.
Damn.
10-pack, 6-pack, 8-pack, ripped, dropped, went from 94.
Brother, I need that.
Went from 94 to 65 kilos.
65.
Yep. And then played soccer. And now I'm 2 years out of marijuana. 3 years. So 2019, I'm 2 years out of it. And somewhat now reintroduced.
What do you mean 2019?
Yeah, so I quit marijuana in 2017. So... Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, at this point.
At that point now, I'm talking about.
Yeah. I thought you meant now.
I'm
like
ripped.
2 years.
I'm ripped now. I'm ripped, but I'm back out in society. I'm not depressed anymore.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I developed a new friendship group.
Nice.
Soccer-wise and everything. And yeah.
Grow it, brother. Grow it.
Yeah, and so since then, COVID hit, but it was a small thing. Like
we got through it now.
Everyone's at home by themselves.
We were a little bit shaky.
Being alone. And I'm like, oh, we can't leave the house. That was beautiful for me.
Was it?
I made, I made 6 EPs.
Oh yeah,
I taught
that
myself
would have
how to
been good.
produce. I invested more in the music producing.
Yeah,
because I had enough of.
And you would have had the time.
I had the time, so I taught myself how to produce music.
Yeah, you would have had a
and
ball.
I just practiced, worked out, practiced, worked out, practiced, worked out, practiced. You know, and then from there, COVID finished, and yeah, my friends in the gym were like, look, you train so hard, you train us.
That's where
just go do it.
Because you know you're proof.
Yes, you know. And I also, okay, so I went out and studied. I did a Cert 4.
Oh, you took it further, yeah.
Yeah, I did a Cert 4. I finished that last year.
Cert 4, nice.
Yeah, and yeah.
That's the highest before you go diploma and
so
Cert 4.
Again, I don't like education. I don't like schools.
Education's good, man.
For some people.
To learn as well. I mean, the real thing is the learning.
That's the way I learn.
It's not the paper.
I learn like that.
Not the paper.
Throw me in the deep end, and I'll find a way to survive.
Yeah.
And if I don't, beautiful.
Probably catch a few fish on the way.
Even if I get scraps and hits and this and that, you know what I mean?
Would have learned
That's the way I learn. I don't like, unless it's something I'm hyper interested in. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I understand the real world. There's people out there who are so smart, bro. I'm not one of them people. I'm one, like, I mean, book smart, you know, like who can sit there and study.
You're street smart.
Well, I try my best to be experience wise. Make sense?
Street smart.
Yeah, I like hardship. Like, yeah.
But see, doing it the hard way, you learn deeper.
Yeah, I can't sit and read a book or have a teacher in the classroom. No, fuck that.
Yeah,
that's just me.
Difficult for me too.
I cannot do it. Never.
But
been able
podcasts
to
are good.
Huh?
Podcasts,
beautiful
listening, and especially valuable ones.
Like there's something that maybe you say to me, or that you have now that I can learn vicariously.
Yeah,
I can learn through you. But I can't see it from a teacher.
That maybe like later on you'll be like just pondering. At some point in life, and then something else happens and you like put two and two together and then boom, you learn the lesson.
Yes, sir.
On your own terms.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's how
life.
narcissistic I am. I have to.
No. This is life.
I have to teach myself. I can't.
No one. No.
You can't
no one
me.
can touch me. No one can.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
That's just your preference. That's just.
Yeah.
But parallel is you're getting taught by the world, because you're observing.
That's you see, so doing performing and doing acting and that, I think that's where it stems from.
That would have helped too. Yeah.
Yes, but but just being an observer, being. So I'm in my family.
You have to be.
I'm the middle kid. I'm the middle one.
Oh yeah, so you are the observer.
Yeah, I'm the middle one, and I'm the baby boy. My sister's the younger one. So me, I'm always looking left and right. Okay, mom, dad, this, sister, brother, cousin. Oh, okay.
You're just taking information.
Like constantly doing like that. So, going on to stage, I could see how I could develop a character.
That was already your, your nature.
So,
because like in performing, you kind of do have to observe. No one can kind of teach you the step by step and the facials to make, and you have to observe that.
Yes, to a certain degree. So
to a large degree, I think.
Yes, so when I was in high school, me and my friends, or my friends and I, we started a theater group, and we started to write our own theater shows. You know, we did one show called Blackface White Mask, and another show called Zamunda. You know?
What's Zamunda?
Zamunda is a story about a girl who has a father back home in Africa who sends her daughter here to study.
And just a whole different world.
Yes, but she gets here, she meets a guy who's my character, who's not in touch with back home. And then they fall in love, and then she takes him back home.
And just the
and then he
complications and
it's like a diaspora story. You know? Yeah, the complications, all of that, you know. And some of the characters we developed, all of us developed them through our observations of people we actually knew.
That you know. Yeah, exactly.
You know, so
it's like a lot of actors and like people play characters that they already know in real life.
That's
yeah.
You know, so that's how
observing. That's, dang. So now you're doing PT.
Yes.
Part time.
Yeah. Well, I built a gym in my brother's house. My brother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I built a gym in the garage, and I've worked for gyms in the past, like proper gyms.
Yep.
But the business model is not for me. So yeah, at the moment I'm trying to build my own business, and I've invested in. I literally have all the equipment,
bro. That's the best thing.
Yeah, so
do it yourself.
Yes, you know, so I've spent enough.
Brand it.
Yes, I have logos done. A friend of mine did a logo. Shout out Louis. Thank you, Louis. Appreciate it. And but yeah, I'm trying to build my own business.
You've got a story too.
You mean in terms of
the brand wise?
Well, you know, yes, yeah, you know.
You do, brother.
Again, like, okay, so I'm not one of them trainers. I had this conversation last night with a friend of mine, Sanchez, Danny. I'll send him the link so he can watch this. And I was telling him, look, I don't want to be judgmental, right? But if you look on Instagram and social media, right, a lot of personal trainers market themselves and how they train. And this is how you do this, and they'll
follow these steps.
Yeah, but they record themselves. Maybe that's good for instructions for people, right? But again, I'm not that type of trainer where I sell a product attached to that. My
it's more here.
No, mine. I focus on the client.
Yeah.
Well, I try my best to focus more on them.
And everyone's different.
As opposed to record myself
like
training
general.
And sell them a t-shirt and sell them a gym product and sell them I'm not trying to judge anyone who does the fitness.
You want to do results.
I like to focus on the person, whoever it may be.
Yeah.
You know?
Custom.
Yeah. So my service is more focused on them than selling a product attached to a
the
service.
Masses.
Yes. But I also understand business-wise, if I can get enough money where I can, for example, shoot enough training packages where I can sell to people, I'll do that as well. But I just don't have the resources to do. Excuse me. But
you can narrow the focus, you know.
Yes, but my service is more one-on-one, so I get paid off of my time. You know what I mean? And maybe my life experiences. Yeah, and you know, you can't go from being 94 kilos and having a very high body fat percentage to being in super fit condition, which I was at one point. Super fit. Like I can say super fit.
What body percentage were you?
I didn't measure, but
I
had I can show you photos and six pack clean, like ripped, like super ripped up. You know what I mean? And but I understand what it takes to get there and how to do it.
It's more mindset, do you reckon?
Look,
mental.
Again,
that's something that's not really taught.
My body was broken down so bad that I loved it.
Yeah, you have to.
I used to do more than 1,000 crunches in a row every day.
To get there?
Every day.
Oh, you still?
No, shit. I have injuries now. My shoulder's fucked.
Yeah.
My lower back's fucked. But I understand what it takes to get there, though.
But maintenance
dietary-wise, everything.
Maintenance is important too.
Well, again,
it's valuable.
Yeah, see.
And now you understand importance.
Most people that I would train would be more for health. But then there's fitness, which I understand about. Oh, it's a whole different thing. For example, let's just get John. He's an accountant. He works in the city. He works Monday to Friday, 8 hours.
He's sitting down,
sedentary. You know what I mean? He played sport when he was under 16s or something.
Yeah.
He comes to
10
me.
years ago.
Yeah, look, I'm going to train him to get healthy. I'm not going to train him to be super fit.
8.
Or to be a
8-pack.
No. But, for example, if a friend of mine who's a soccer player or someone I know who's a, aspiring athlete who wants to train in sport-specific fitness, right? I'll train them.
More for performance.
For fitness, yes, and for performance.
Fitness and performance, yeah.
Yeah. So there's different like markets.
Like categories.
Yeah, But who I actually prefer to work with is civilians. Yep. I don't like working with athletes.
Demanding.
No. Because not that they
demanding of themselves and like just want to take it to a whole new level.
Yes and no, but I don't care about it. I don't care if they want to score a goal. Like I care more for normal people than I do for athletes.
Because it would be a big...
It's trivial. Okay, you want to win tennis. Who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit? But if you help someone... If you help someone lose 20 kgs, change their whole life.
Exactly. Because they're getting married or because they never had a girlfriend in their life or
gives
something
them
like that.
Confidence.
Yes.
Not only that, but they feel better.
Or they never had it makes sense? Yes.
How did you feel when you got down to that point,
I felt miserable.
Oh, that wasn't the answer I was thinking.
I felt miserable.
Like when you got down to...
Well, at
like
peak, At peak, I was about 70 kilos, 71, 72 kilos, to say. Super fit. Training 3 times a day like a savage. Go to the beach, forget about it.
Forget about it.
Lockdown. But I felt empty.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
That's just me. Other people might feel great.
I lost 20-something kgs a couple of years ago. Yeah. I felt great.
Yeah.
I put it all back on there.
There you go. I felt empty. I had one girl tell me, "Come to the." I go out to the beach. She goes, "Come to the water. I wanna wash you down." I'm like, "No, bro." So, again, I didn't do it for the girl.
What do you think it was though that made you feel empty? That's something that's
because the idea of seeking something that or getting myself to this point, I would be accepted by society, or that idea subconsciously was there, of course.
Like a drive, subconscious drive.
Yeah, like the idea of seeking some sort of validation from outside of you,
which is true though.
Right, but I felt shit because of that feeling. Because I at some point was aware. Oh shit, you're training. But is it normal to train 3 times a day? No, not normal. No. Is it normal to run 10
Probably
Ks,
not even normal
10 Ks
once a day.
To do more than 1,000 crunches a day? It's not normal. Why was I doing it? I'm not an athlete. I'm not a professional soccer player. I'm not a kickboxer. I'm not. I'm not. This is before I even did the course.
This is a real realization.
Yeah,
it was for acceptance.
Like subconsciously. I'm not a psychiatrist or psychologist, but deep down, somewhere in the crevices of this brain, it must have been because I never.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't feel good enough. I didn't feel self-worth. That's why you push yourself to extremes. So maybe I've even with acting.
Yeah, I know now. Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, like I used to walk around the streets with no shirt on. My brother would say, "What are you doing?" I was one of those guys. One of those guys. Walk in the gym, take off my shirt, throw the weights around. Okay, more than 200 pull-ups, more than
pull-ups.
Yeah, like not in a row, but in one session, 200 pull-ups.
Damn.
About maybe 1,000 push-ups. More than 1,000
1,000 push-ups.
About 3 to 5,000 sit-ups in a row. No, sorry, not in a row. In one session. Yep. Do workout shoulders, back, biceps, lunges,
you make me
workout
tired.
Everything. I did all of that for to the point where it was just the maintenance of it was ridiculous.
That sounds ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, one of my friends, not a friend of mine, someone I actually know. I don't know if he'll confirm this story, but he probably forgot me. He was an Olympian. He ran in the Olympics most recently. Oh, he came fourth, Australian. Peter Ball. I met him a few times. Yep. I met him a few times at Maribyrnong. You know the river?
Yep.
I used to train there.
Yeah. I used to jog around there
There
too.
you go. You know how there's those calisthenics areas?
Mm.
That was my station. I used to take out my speakers, everything. So I bumped into Peter Ball there a few times. I didn't know him. He just saw me working out. I saw him, what's going on, brother? Hey. You know, it's a black people thing. You know, what's going on, brother? So we ended
Like
up
a magnet.
Yeah, you know, I'm ripped. He's an athlete. I don't know. I don't even know who he is.
But just
we just we worked out maybe once or twice together.
oh yeah.
And he couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
And I say this as humble as I can. Peter Ball, I love you, bro. You're a fucking legend. I ain't shit. You are the truth in terms of Olympic sprinting. But you know what? You got tired.
Oh, but what if he was
He looked at me like-
training like the whole, early hours in the morning to the morning? You know?
I think that was even my afternoon session because it was like midday. It was just after midday.
Oh, so you
I used to train in the morning, afternoon, and at night. So I bumped into him there, and we trained. And he looked at me like crazy, like why, like who the fuck are you?
That
like,
is pretty hardcore though.
Yeah. So I didn't feel great.
You know what I think? Because I've felt like a similar thing.
Yeah.
It's like when you get to the mountaintop,
Yeah.
like the whatever you believe to be like a mountaintop, then it's like, this whole big motivation got you up there, but then now there's nowhere to go further, and then you kind of feel like emptiness.
Empty.
Because I felt the same way when I traveled around.
Yes, sir.
I went to Russia and Egypt and like all around Europe.
Beautiful.
And I was excited the whole trip,
Yeah.
It was beautiful. I had the time of my life, and I came back here, and then I just felt like this empty feeling, and I couldn't explain it, And I think it's similar to that. It's like you wait for so long and years and think about it every day, and and then you finally do it, and then it's like there's nothing else.
Again, growing up, I was exactly how I felt. Growing up, again, I said earlier, I was not the best athlete at all. I was the expression.
Well, yeah,
cool
now
kid.
it makes sense. You're saying like growing up,
I was
like,
terrible.
you weren't the sport person. You weren't.
I played only because my friends did, but they were good. Some of them were really good.
Yeah.
I was trash,
Yeah.
So there was that void.
Mm.
My brother, growing up, he was the captain of every team he played for. He won,
Older brother, yeah.
Yeah, 1.5 years older. He won best player in almost every year.
So he had the
in every
trophies and the
Till today, we can
medals.
go open the
Yeah.
cupboard and it's just full of all his shit. I got 1 or 2 participation awards.
Jeez.
Yeah, so
Did they have participation awards back then?
like I was just in the team. But you're right.
Yeah.
That's exactly that feeling you're talking about was exactly what it was. So I worked so hard because in my mind to catch up, there's a void.
Yeah. And
Fill
it's
that
like,
void.
strong
empty.
motivation.
It's huge motivation.
Bro, to work out 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Bro, that's crazy.
Add
respectively.
even all the trauma from the drugs and all.
Yeah,
all that.
and because
So,
you made a commitment.
There you go. To stop
and
doing this and that. So I went
You made a
maniacal.
maniacal.
Yeah.
You just went ham.
But the void was still there. It didn't help. It didn't make my life any better. I didn't feel any better about myself. Of course, you get a who, you get a wow, you get a he's cute.
But there's not
That's
enough
it.
to fill
No,
the void.
No.
Like throwing a pebble in a big volcano.
Big
pit.
volcano, brother. And it's like shit, you know what I mean?
This is important, bro. Like, because a lot of people are going to be going through life, time. We could just save them a whole lot of time. Just.
I see. That's the thing.
Did you learn anything from it, though?
I mean, in a strange way, look, I did. Like, okay, I'll say this, right? So I did learn something, right? So it's weird. When I was younger, I always wanted to be a performer. I always wanted to be in front of people.
Naturally.
Performing, yes. I always wanted to do something. I wanted to be an actor. How the fuck can I think of it and then just naively and then want it my whole life and then it actually happened? 21, walking a red carpet, history in this country.
Performing for Prince Charles.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
And then everything else happened and then, okay, I put it in my head. I'm going to get, I never had a 6-pack. I'm going to get one.
I've never had one either.
You know what I
Anyway.
mean? That makes sense. And then I
It's
learned
driven.
that yes, if there's something,
When you set your mind to it, you know, switch.
only if it's a pure thing though.
Mm.
Only if I really, 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 really mean it,
Mm.
that I will go on tunnel
Just
vision,
tunnel vision.
and
yeah.
nothing else matters. Nothing.
Yeah.
My health, nothing. My family, throw everything away.
Yeah.
I'm going. So I learned that I could go there.
You know, you have the ability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But pointing it now, sorry. The older I get, it's just more about what's worth it.
Yep. Has to be. Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah. Time is a limited resource. You know?
without a doubt.
So what is it now? Do you think?
I don't know.
Because you just went and did the whole PT thing. Yeah. Oh no. No, this is before doing the PT thing. But you got shredded and everything and
I would like
dedicated.
to say,
And you got there.
I would like to say having a family, but then I'm realistic.
Bro,
Like
no such thing as realistic when it comes to...
when I say that, okay, maybe I'm like a bit neurotic and shit, yeah. But like again, I would trade everything, all those things, if I could tonight go home to my wife and kids.
Yeah.
I'll trade all of them.
But you know what? I'll tell you.
But makes sense.
What if you get there and
Exactly.
you feel empty?
You see what I mean? That's what you see. See, like you see, I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know what you don't know.
I don't know. But again, I'd like to be of service in some way.
Yeah. To me, personally, I'd probably say say if you do have a child, your life will change and you will feel, a different person. I think because now it's more than you.
I've
It's an
wanted
extension of you.
one. I've wanted one since I had my heart attack. I've wanted one.
You'll get there, bro.
I understand, but I know to live with something outside of yourself,
Because you're a narcissist.
Extreme.
Your child will be you.
Oh, I wouldn't want to.
No. Like that is you.
Oh yeah, I get you. Like your flesh and bone is
that's
there.
your flesh and blood. That is you. A piece of you.
Hey man, look, I don't know.
You're gonna have the freshest kicks.
Existence is weird, bro. Existence is weird. Maybe I'll get there and then I'll become like I'll punk out. I don't know, but makes sense.
You never know.
All these things go through this brain here. Like, so I don't know what I want to do with my life. I still don't know. I'm 32, 33 in about 6
Still
months.
young, brother. Still young.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll
tell you, 50 is middle. So you're not even near 40. 40 is still young. To me, 40 is still young. But it's all relative because we could be gone tomorrow,
See, existence is weird. It's a weird thing. Even sometimes you wake up, you look, what the hell? I have hands. What the fuck? Like, I don't know if you get into different states of being. Like, what's going on? I'm floating. Bro.
Sometimes I'm like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'm like looking and it's like, there's no body.
Yeah. So it's just exploring more of life, maybe, I think, or exploring existence is something that I look forward to,
So travel is good.
Travel is good. You need that moolah.
Yeah.
Hey, man, please buy my album so I can.
Yeah. Let's buy the album, get the personal training.
Yeah, See, again, money, I don't know. I'm not great at it either. I'm not great at money. I business and that. I've never been focused on it. Like I've never, like I'm not saying it's a bad thing for people to love money.
Money's tool,
I'm not saying it's a bad thing for people to love money, but I've never loved money enough.
It's saying, do you love a hammer?
I understand, but I've never loved money or understood it thoroughly.
The way I look at it is it's like a tangible collection of energy and time. Because, for example, I do a service, I'm using my time, and that person can't give me the energy and time back. So in the form of currency.
Yes, sir.
So that currency is like, it's like that energy and time is in the currency. And then, you give it out. You're just giving out your...
I'm a narcissist. I'm too stingy with my time. I want you to pay me just for being me.
Yeah. Hey, but just do some daily vlogging or something.
But I can't do that at the same time.
Yeah.
Because I'm odd. and I get hyper self-conscious. I'm like, no. At the same time, I trick myself. I say, nigga, hey, sorry, it's just a speck of dust.
Hey,
you know what I mean? But makes sense.
There's truth.
Yeah,
there's truth in it. Yeah.
I understand. I like see. I was saying that with the whole Instagram and marketing, and I'm not one of them trainers where, you know, hey, buy this protein shake.
Yeah.
Oh, bro. So again, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
But you know, more importantly, more than that, self-awareness is like what makes you happy.
I haven't figured that out. Again,
that's one of the first, questions that people ask themselves, but it's one of the most difficult questions to answer.
Yeah, dude.
And honesty is the best way to discover what would make you happy.
What would make me happy? I don't know. Yeah. Honesty, I don't know.
And the advice that people give to people that don't know is to try, sample. Like you go to a buffet, you want to sample a little bit of this, sample a little bit of that, Just go through life and sample. You do a lot of sampling anyway, so it's good. You're on the right path.
I haven't really done. Like, there's not much,
that you kind of like are interested in.
I mean, I achieved my life dream at 21. Even if it was a small scale thing that no one knows about, I still achieved it.
Yeah.
I got,
Yeah, that's the thing about achievement, hey? It's like, where do you go from there?
You know how, like, so again, I was saying earlier, I dreamed I want to be a performer. I walked the red carpet, yeah? And I actually signed, it's weird. I signed an autograph. People actually ask for it. It's a weird thing, yeah. It's such a weird thing.
So you, like, lived out that whole...
Yeah, but to a little degree, But it was
but it's big to you, isn't it?
Yeah, but for me, it was weird. Like, after I signed the autograph, you just watch people like, you just walk away. It's like, do they even know my name? Would they even remember who the fuck I am? Like this is weird to me. Like, being revered for something, it's weird to me. Because how you see yourself is
different.
Yeah, but once I achieved that goal, and the next day we had a rap party. We partied at the club, got drunk, went home. Woke up the next day at home, and it's like, all right, like, is that it? Like, all that work?
Yeah. All that expectation?
I was dreaming about this my whole life. For this? Okay.
Just normal. 3
girls said I was cute. Oh.
Yeah.
You go to the club, some nights you get 10 girls like you. And you just be normal. Like, not even, you know what I mean? For this? So... And also in terms of achieving your goal as well. Is that it?
Yeah.
If I go do another movie,
payout?
Yeah. If I go do another movie,
all the time and energy,
you know what I mean, and all the mental fuckery you go through for this. I learned. I studied 3 months, 52 pages. I memorized everyone's script for this.
So now that you went through these things, what would you say to someone else?
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Look.
Like, what would you say to yourself if you could?
At 21?
Yeah, honest. And you know yourself. What would you say? What would you tell yourself? Knowing who you were, what you were, the way you thought. Oh, this is good.
So the 32-year-old me would tell the 20-year-old me.
Yeah, speaking to the mic.
The 32-year-old me would tell... Okay, actually, the 32-year-old me,
and you know this dude inside and out,
would tell the 21-year-old me, don't sell yourself so short, and don't quit and do drugs and be a coward.
Wow.
Don't drink and you know what I mean. Really go for it, really go for it, and you deserve it if you work hard for it, which I did. But don't sell yourself short. Don't find an escape route, which was drugs. That's what I tell the 21-year-old.
Nice, brother. That's cool, man. That's cool. Someone that hits deep in someone's heart, that is going through the same thing.
Yeah.
You just spoke to yourself too. Wow.
I see what you did there. You did some.
Yeah, because that made you really thinking. I know what I did. I just thought, man, that would be cool.
I mean, I haven't thought about it like that.
Mm.
You know?
See what I mean? It's the easiest question, but the hardest one to answer.
Well, I look back at those experiences as through the lens of pain, not through the lens of forgiveness.
Because
and
this
support.
is post. This is after you've gone through.
Excuse me. Yeah. So every time I've ever looked back, it's always been such a painful thing.
Yeah.
I never looked back at it like that and said, "Hey, bro,
I've done it, man.
it's all good." Like,
Yeah.
love yourself and X, Y, and Z, and speak about it in a positive way, in an affirming way. I've never ever done it like that. Yeah, I always look back and say, "Shit,
bro.
cheers, bro." Yeah, I gotta go train and get this. Sorry, still not good enough. You know what I mean? Sit there, produce 1,000 beats, whatever it is. Go do 1,000. Yeah. I never looked at it like the other way. You just did. Interesting.
And like we said before, remember? These conversations when you're out there in the world, might be tomorrow, might be next year, but these subconscious thoughts will be, playing, and then just other experiences get mashed up, and then you'll learn a lesson to yourself,
I hope so.
Maybe. Speculating.
Yeah.
All right, so do you need to go anywhere?
It depends. I think I have some stuff I need to do at the house. So I bought some new mats yesterday. I want to lay them on the floor.
Oh, so what area do you live in now? Truganina?
Yeah. Just around the corner.
First time being in this area?
I lived there 8 months now. So remember I said earlier I moved.
Yeah. You moved.
Yeah. So I lived there about 8 months now. It's different. It's
yeah, it is different. Huh?
It's very peaceful. My neighbors are very, very quiet.
Oh, it's not like in Escoville? Because you just knew that's like your...
I just know how to move there.
Yeah.
And
it's more lively, do you reckon? It's more lively. Yeah.
If I wanted it to be, I knew exactly where to go.
Yeah.
Like my friends is 5 minutes that way. The gym's there.
The
soccer court's there. Everything's accessible. Whereas over here, everything's kind of far.
Excuse me.
I'm actually playing a game at 10 o'clock.
What kind of game?
Indoor soccer.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Futsal. Indoor futsal. Sorry, was that leaning the whole time?
Huh?
My voice is not going to be...
I will capture.
Okay. Yeah, so... Yeah, Trug's nice. Family orientated. Peaceful.
That's good. Different experience. Different environments.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so 10 o'clock tonight.
Yeah.
Do you have to get up early tomorrow?
Tomorrow, Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to get up between 5 and 7 in the morning.
Yeah, that's pretty early.
I try and get up that. But most nights, lately I've been getting up around 6, 5:36, sometimes 4. I get up, I train in the gym, train myself.
Yeah.
And then whatever I'm going to do that day, I'm going to do it. I'm also a security guard as well.
Damn.
Yeah.
Where do you, just all over or
retail,
specific?
At the moment, retail.
Retail, yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Retail security.
What's it like though?
Retail security?
Yeah.
Boring as shit.
I just saw on Facebook yesterday, one of the boys that I'm friends with on Facebook, he's into that job too, and he got like a guard of the month or something. Anyway, but how long have you been doing it?
Well, retail security?
Yeah.
So about 2 months now.
Is this like you haven't done it before?
No, not really. But it's rocket. It's not rocket science. I literally
just stand presence.
Just stand it.
Just stand for your presence and your observations.
People still, hey, oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
I didn't see.
Because I don't like it because I feel like there's things I can do.
Yeah. Yep. You feel like you're not really contributing to
to humanity, not at all. But then again, I probably am because people will look at me and maybe they'll feel safe a bit. But
Yeah,
trust me, I'm
hey.
not gonna do shit. Something happened. I'm not doing nothing.
Don't look this way.
You know. So I've done retail security more so recently, but in the past I've worked at hospital. Actually, funny enough, this is one of the ways. So during COVID, I used to work at Sunshine Hospital, and at the hospital there's a task that you do. So every morning, right, you gotta go to there's a morgue. So this,
down.
Yeah, underneath there's like a basement in the hospital, right? Underneath where so you go in there.
The actual morgue there.
Pretty much. And one of the tasks, so this happened by accident. I applied as a security guard just to get money.
Yeah.
You know?
To get some income.
Yes. So I ended up getting the job, but one of the tasks they told me after a while was that, the guards have to rotate, and one guard every morning got to go to the morgue and count the dead bodies and read a clipboard
and just like how they do in hospitals, they check the tags.
Yes, because sometimes at different parts of the day as well, or I think just in the mornings, the what are they called? Funeral services come, and there's different services. So you have to make sure the correct body goes to the
information.
Yes, goes to the correct service. So they need a security guard to do that. So one of the ways, when they said this is a task you may have to do, I tried to opt out, but then I said, nah, sorry, fuck that. I said, I said, you know what I mean? I said, not as some tough guy tip, but I said, look, this is an opportunity for me to face my fear of death. Because I had a fear of death for many years. Because I had the heart attack when I was sleeping.
Yeah. So then
I couldn't sleep for a long time.
Yeah.
But one of the ways.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. One of the ways for me to overcome death as a whole, or to just embrace it. The reality of it is
another way to look at it. Yeah.
So
you just
at some point I mustered the courage and I accepted the responsibility of doing that singular task amongst all the other tasks you have to do at the hospital. I had to work in a psych ward for a little bit as well. It's another story. But yeah, so I took on the task and I did it enough times to the point where okay, I'm okay.
Real.
You see him there, you smell everything, bro.
Damn, what's the smell like? Just pungent.
I really cannot explain it. I cannot explain it.
Whoa.
Yeah. But I did it enough. I did it a variety, a number of times.
And what are they like? What do you see them like? Just in bags or?
In bags. Sometimes you gotta. Sometimes whoever's there might, and you see a little. But you see everything, bro.
See everything.
You see babies.
Oh, jeez.
Wrapped up like this, and yeah, it's a lot.
It's hard.
You have to read the names and the age and why they died, and and you gotta. And the guy from the funeral service will come with the clipboard, and you gotta align the names, and you gotta look and make sure it's the right one, and he's the right person. And there's so much security checks you gotta do. Security guard.
Well, imagine if it got stuffed up.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's one of the tasks I did as a security guard at the hospital. But I worked at that hospital, and I worked.
And you did it a few times, yeah?
I did it a number of times to the point where
you're good.
I had enough. Like I said, I don't want to see more dead bodies.
Yeah, who wants to see dead bodies, man?
So, I did it enough till I was sort of more courageous within myself to acknowledge that.
Well, you did it enough times that
to live life now.
I'm ready to move on.
I'm ready to move on and live life. Not think about it anymore. Not be, So it was just
the universe just kind of put you in that position.
It happened, yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, so I did that as a security guard. That's exciting. It's not like retail security, but working at the hospital, you work with sick people, and you see a lot of suffering. Yeah. And I couldn't do that for too much longer. I worked there for a few months, and I just said no. I worked at that hospital. I worked at one Garetta hospital as well as a security guard. As a security guard, I also worked at other clubs. At other venues. So like nightclubs, I worked at. The whole different ball game to both those things.
Yeah, it would be.
And in hospital work. Nightclub, as you'd expect.
You just deal with the people.
You just pretty much, but you don't know. Some clubs, vibing, relax, people good crowd, good balance,
But you get
other
the
clubs,
one
I don't know.
Test you. Or just sloppy.
You sloppy sometimes. Sometimes they have a bad day. You don't know. So, yeah, I've worked as a security guard in a variety of different contexts, like environments, and so I do that as a secondary stream of income.
Have you been in like
What's that?
gentlemen clubs?
I've been there on my own. Shit. Used to go, you know?
Yeah. You
I wouldn't go. I wouldn't work there.
You wouldn't work
I can't
there?
see pussy all the time. And just, firstly, I don't like hypersexual shit. Like I'm not like that. But the times I've been, it's just when I've been on one. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, but
The vibing.
99% of the time,
Yeah.
I don't like none of that hypersexual shit.
So you've done different clubs and things, yeah? Yeah, hospital's a hard one. Like,
Yeah, hard.
because when I was in the hospital for like months and then just seeing people come and go, you know, because they didn't make it. So if you work there,
I give it up to the nurses.
damn.
Doctors, the nurses. And
How does that not affect?
Some people, that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand. Like, everything I'm saying to you today is just like
Your observation. Yeah.
You know, like, there's some people out there who are brilliant in many ways, bro. Like, make sense?
Yeah.
So I keep it real with myself. Whenever I start to trip out and start to delude my life and inflate my value or whatever it is, I say, oh, sorry, relax. You're not that guy. And it's
back
okay.
into perception.
Yeah, you know.
Perspective, rather.
Yes, and it's also okay as well for people. You don't always have to be the guy.
But you can be the guy.
You
from
can
time
be you.
To time.
You is enough. Like, you know, make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are enough.
Yes, sir. You know? So, yeah, security. Yeah, I do that from time to time. Just to make ends meet, put some money in the pocket.
Do you live with anyone in
I live with
Truganina?
the family at the moment.
Your
Me,
parents?
my brother, and my mother.
Oh, yeah.
Stay together.
Ah, man. Usually we like talk about the family. Damn. So much.
Oh, we can talk about the family, yeah.
Yeah, so like your mom and dad split up when you were young.
5, 6 years old.
Did you always see your dad from time to time?
My dad, yeah, he'd be about
Just around or?
But my parents were always disputing.
Oh, yeah?
It was chaos, man. Like, he'd move out, come back for 4 months, blow up again, gone again, fighting, this, that. You know?
That's what they do.
You know? So.
Male and female.
Oh, look, I hold them equally. In my view, I look at them the same. I don't look at, I hate my dad or my mom was an angel.
That's probably
That's the standard, you know. But that's not the way I look at it. Like, you know, the older I got in life, I understood it takes two to tango.
Two to tango, yeah.
You know, so I hold them. I look at them both. Firstly, the older I got, I had to really learn and meet and try and meet them. Maybe less them to me, but me to them, and just understand them as individuals first.
Because they're just people, man.
Exactly. And then I did that. Funny enough, when I went overseas, I understood who my mother really was. Take him away, take us away. Who she is
as an individual.
And then the same process with my father.
Yeah.
I went overseas first 2017 with my mom, and my dad was there 2018.
I went
by myself, and I saw him there. So I saw him with his parents. I saw him as a son. I didn't see him as my father. You know?
Yeah.
And that was okay. So, you know, okay, Dad, you're watching me, but I'm watching you too. You know? I understand you now, you know? And same thing about mom. Same thing.
They're just someone's daughter, someone's son.
Someone's cousin, someone's sister. You know? So, and I do my best at this point in life to look at them. Although, as we know, I mean, I don't know about you guys or you, but most parents refuse to look at their children as equals. Especially if you're ethnic, you're subordinate, no matter what. But me, I try to look at them as individuals first. Yeah,
that's wise thing.
Because otherwise, my father can't be my dad. He can't. You know, I think I understand enough about life now. Maybe not. Maybe not.
You know
what I mean? But I feel like, but it makes sense. Like,
you're learning.
I understand.
You're learning.
But it's hard for me to accept him as here. I don't think any human being is above me. And I don't think I'm above any other human being. But for him, he's always going to be there. Like, in his mind.
Maybe.
He's not actually, dude. I spoke to him the other day. You know?
Did you?
Yeah. So, you know? And I tell him, look.
Son you. He's going to son you.
You get me? And I don't move like that in the real world. I don't I don't operate like that. You know.
He probably thinks, man, I used to wipe your bum. You know,
Exactly, but it doesn't matter.
I taught you like these, and you know.
I understand, but see, that's the thing about parenting, though.
You'll probably think the same thing too.
Our culture. I mean, I don't know. I don't have kids. I can't speak for that. You know, but
probably
our culture is like this. No matter what, the elder's right, even if they're wrong.
Oh, really?
And that's a bunch of shit.
Mm.
That's a bunch of shit. In my opinion.
That's a shaky foundation.
But I'm saying, like, you know, in African culture, in maybe Ethiopian culture, elders are revered very highly.
Oh,
and
I mean, yeah.
They are. But this is the way I look at it, right? Just because you've been on this earth more than me doesn't mean you're right.
Exactly.
I don't give a goddamn. If you're wrong, I'm going to let you know.
Percentage-wise, you may, you know.
What does that mean? Because young people do great things all the time. So some things that the elders can never achieve. You know? So, who's to say,
But it doesn't mean you're 100%.
Not at all.
Correct. Yeah.
But at least we are open to negotiating.
Yeah.
Whereas they're not.
Debating. Yeah.
No, just like negotiating, you know? You know, power even, right? But the elders don't.
It's just...
No matter what, verbatim. They're older than you, they know. Nah, it doesn't work with me, you know? So,
you don't even have a say. No voice.
You know? So, when it comes to my father...
Same thing.
Well, in his mind, as you said, I wiped your bum. No matter what. I fed you. No matter what. You know what I mean? I saw you I used to hold you in my hand. You were like this.
I hold you like this and watch the game.
You used to cry watching this, that. You know, whatever.
You can't, you me? Yeah.
You know? But in reality, you know, I think...
But really, we are all individuals.
We are. I'm sovereign. We are all united as humans, right? And maybe even just as beings, you know? Even animals included, right? But we're all sovereign at the same time. So African culture, Ethiopian culture, is a little bit over-reliance on reverence to the elders. Because the way I see it is like, hey, look, man, our country's so fucked. Who fucked it up? It's them. Did we choose to get born? No, we didn't. We're just born. Right.
But not only that.
I understand. I'm being petty.
I mean, when you're there, it's like in a business sense, you know, it starts from the top. So whoever's at the top is responsible for everything below. So it's kind of like that, you know, it's like leadership. You're responsible. If it's messed up now, it's because...
To a certain extent, I think that's how it works. You know? People have to have accountability, you know? So, I don't know. But growing up, that's how I grew up with my family. And then my older brother, who's a year and a half older than me, and then my younger. They're both like, they took the educational route, graduates. They're more independent and more put together than I am, trust me.
Who knows? I'm
the baby boy of the family.
Yeah?
Yeah. 2 older brothers, 1 younger sister. But I'm the baby boy.
But, you know, like going back to your point about subordinate and being individuals, like the way that you are now, say if you had, like when your dad split and then, you know, then you met him today as you are now, you guys will meet as 2 men. You know?
Absolutely. Yeah. But he does.
But to you,
no, I mean, like I try to talk to him neutrally, but he'll do these little moves. It's like it's not gonna work there. You know? So, you know, but it's beautiful. Like, you know, I think we have more of a friendship.
That's good.
Father son. I don't really look for a father. With my mom too, the mothering thing. Like, I can't love another woman. Shit, like, I love you as my mom.
It's your mom, man.
But it's like, no, I love her, but it's like there's not much mothering I need. Like, if anything, I'm more concerned about her.
Yeah, because you reach a certain age where it's like that. Yeah, even here. Yeah. Like in our family, my grandmother used to look after my great grandmother. She lived to like 100, and now my mother's looking after my grandmother, who's 95 soon. And I know she expects me to look after my mom in a different way.
You know, I mean, I don't know. See, these things you gotta negotiate. It's weird. It's beautiful that cycle.
Yeah.
My sister, maybe.
Maybe. Hey, it's your turn. All right, brother. Yes, well, we're over 3 hours. So
Wow, that's so quick.
I have to get you to come back though.
Awesome. I'd love to come back one time.
That's it. Let me edit this video, put it up. I'll let you know, and then we'll take it from there. But yeah, this has been. Wow, I really enjoyed this. This is the first time we met. And just like so many questions, you know. It's like the beginning of a friendship, you know.
Yeah, it's beautiful. You know, thank you for having me,
brother. For one, like I'm being dead serious. I want to go to Cuba too. So you know, if one of us are rich enough, we'll go together. And two, I really want to go to, you know, like Sudan or even, you know, all over Africa, to be honest, you know. So
I think you'll be great there. I think you have a wonderful time.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, anyway, thanks for coming, brother.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Well, you'll be back though, yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, Triganino's only down the road.
At some point.
Thanks, brother. When it gets past 3 hours, it's a bit tricky to. It is.
Thank you for having me.
Brother, thank you.